8 teams remain in the hunt for the national title. The quarterfinals of the FCS playoffs start tonight under the lights in Missoula, Montana, as the Furman Paladins travel to take on the Montana Grizzlies in a rematch of the 2001 National Championship game. 7 of the top 8 national seeds are still alive. Take a look at the bottom half of the bracket. Tonight's winner will take on South Dakota, North Dakota State on the top half. It is the defending champs of South Dakota State going up against 8 seed Villanova tomorrow, as well as Idaho and Albany. With that, hello and welcome to beautiful, outrageous Missoula, Montana. I'm Lo Galindo here with my man, Jay Walker. Now, Furman's head coach, Clay Hendricks, said of Montana, they look a lot like the team that we see in practice every day. Jay, so many similarities, top 10 against the run, but only the Grizzlies have the National Freshman of the Year, Eli Gilman.
Eli Gilman has to play like the freshman sensation. He's been most of the season for them. Later on in the season, struggled a little bit, went through some freshman blues, but they need to get him back on track because they plan on controlling the line of scrimmage. They're the bigger team there. They need Gilman to show why he was the winner of the Jerry Rice Award, awarded to the nation's #1 freshman in FCS football. And Furman defensively comes in here led by Braden Gilby. And the reason why the Paladins feel like they have a chance, because they have a championship caliber defense led by inside linebacker Gilby. If Gilby can run sideline to sideline to neutralize the rushing attack, look for Furman to have a chance at coming in here into Missoula and pulling off a huge upset.
This is one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. For more on that, where's Ashley Stroline? She's somewhere in there.
Hey guys, I'm hanging out with the Zoo crew right now, and one factor that we've heard about all week is this atmosphere here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. For Montana players, they've told me they know they can look to their fans right here and wave their arms. They're going to be on their feet, bringing the energy that they need. For Bergen players, they told me they're actually excited to come here and play in one of the best atmospheres in all of college football, and they hope to find a way to thrive in it. But these fans here at Montana, they have helped cause 18 false start penalties against opposing teams this season alone. They hope to create some more of that havoc tonight and help Montana on to the semifinals. Guys, I'm here with the Zoo crew.
And the Zoo crew is ready to go. Hey, Jay, Furman says the crowd is a factor, but in the words of Coach Hendricks, the weather is a non-factor. It's 20 degrees colder here in Missoula than Greenville, South Carolina. Are you buying it's a non-factor?
You can try to say that, but come the third quarter, it's going to be cold. We're starting off at 32 degrees. Temperature is going to drop. Could get as low as 24 degrees tonight. You're going to feel it on the sideline. You can try and block it out, play all the mental games you want to in your head. But Lo, cold is cold.
But come on, how can the kicker be the only dude on Furman wearing sleeves?
The kicker's a little bit different. They're quirky there, trying to make a statement. But when you talk about the environment, Ashley talked about the crowd. And I would say this is probably one of the better FCS environments you can find, with all the traditions and trying to intimidate the opposing team.
Battle for a trip to the semifinals starts now. Junior Bergen with the return. He's got room to run. Just the kicker to beat. Junior Bergen to the 50, cuts it back, say goodbye, 99 yards, Junior Bergen has called. Well, Jay, the weather may not get you, the Grizz playmakers will.
And the speed right there showcased great special teams and really giving the Zoo something to go crazy about. Fantastic start for Montana, returning the opening kickoff to the house.
This place is electric. Extra point is up. 7-0. The 2-seed Montana leads as the Grizz come up with their first kick return for a touchdown this season.
Yeah, this was a good job by Bergen of having the balance. And once he sees the hole, he realizes he's got the kicker in sight, sets him up for a couple moves, and there's nothing you can do as a kicker in that much open space with a fast return man like Junior Bergen.
And I got on him about wearing sleeves, and then see Ian Williams tries to be a hero, tries to make the tackle, The junior Bergen had other ideas. The junior from Billings, Montana, he gone. Furman won the toss. They elected to defer. Be careful what you wish for here in Missoula, Montana. And we talked about the crowd being a factor. In the words from Coach Hendricks, what we have to do to take them out, we've got to score, and that will make them quiet. This is to the contrary. Here, Jay.
Yeah, see Coach Hauck right there. He knows his team's got him on the ropes early. That's what you want. And what you're trying to do is make the game close early on, and then the crowd kind of becomes restless, and they start to have doubt. But no way, not in this place right now. The Grizzly fans and their faithful feel like we're the best team in the country right now.
Furman's response is a fair catch in the end zone by Wayne Anderson Jr.
Have you ever heard a crowd boo somebody for making a fair catch?
I like it.
They booed him on a fair catch. Wow.
Let's get nasty. So Furman will have their shot on offense. Tyler Huff has been knocking off the rust. He missed about a month with a shoulder injury in the first matchup against Chattanooga, but returned last week in the playoff win against the Mocs. He is 18-1 in his career against FCS teams.
Impressive win-loss percentage there. When you watch him play from the pocket, doesn't really like to throw from the pocket. More of a guy at his best when he's scrambling, trying to make things happen.
Quick pass, Ben Ferguson not even close on that. As Corbin Walker, one of the two first-team Big Sky cornerbacks, leading the way for this Montana defense. Huff had a slow start, threw a pick in the opening possession against Chattanooga. Paladins offense took a while to get going. And there is Grant Robinson, somewhat of a surprise here, Jay. He gets the start over Dom Roberto, the upperclassman.
Well, last week, Robinson was that guy. He brings together everything, been battling the injury bug, but they've got a great group of running backs. They do a running back by committee, but electing to go with the hot hand from a week ago, Grant Robinson.
Third down inside Washington-Grizzly Stadium. The blitz. Huff is hit, but he's got a man. Colton Hinton off to the races. Still up. Inside the 20. Hinton trying to stay up, and it's down close to the end zone. Brought down at the 1-yard line. 70 yards by the freshman Colton Hinton.
And a very aggressive play call by defensive coordinator Ronnie Bradford. Middle of the field, wide open. They went empty formation. There's nobody deeper than 10 yards in the line of scrimmage. All you have to do is slip by it, and you see Huck standing tall like the leader that he is. He knows he's going to get hit, but he knows there's a big play waiting in that secondary. He delivered the ball. Great execution by Furman.
Power formation. Jack Barton and Jeremiah Jackson, two defensive linemen, are in front of Dom Roberto. Roberto with the carry, and Roberto with their third touchdown of these playoffs. And what a response by the Paladins.
This is an experience. They're battle tested. They've trailed in 7 of their games this season, so them being behind was nothing new to them, but a great response by Clay Hendricks Ball Club.
Buckle up, baby.
I thought this was supposed to be a low-scoring defensive battle, though. We're already a couple minutes into the game and getting ready to tie and go 7-7.
Now, what do we know? Extra point on its way. It is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So 14 total points on the board, and we've had one offensive possession. It was by the Paladins, capped by Big Dom. Dominic Roberto, the equalizer.
The FCS Football Championship is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
Welcome back to Missoula. Lo Galindo here with Jay Walker. Jay, make some sense of how Furman was able to answer.
Yeah, I talked about it being an aggressive play call by defensive coordinator Ronnie Bradford. Here's what I mean. How many guys do you see deeper than 6 yards from the line of scrimmage? None. The answer is 0. As a quarterback, you see that, you know you're going to get hit, but you say, all I need to do is find one matchup problem, and you can hurt the defense for a big play, and that's how Furman capitalized.
Colton Hinton, part of the SoCon freshman team, because of plays like that. Now Furman will see if they make an adjustment here on the kick. Ian Williams, it was interesting because he's got one of the bigger legs in the FCS. He will consistently put them in the end zone. They gave an opportunity for that man, Junior Bergen, to show why he is so dangerous in all facets. Kick can't go to him, can it, Jeff?
You gotta hope he kicks it through the end zone with that powerful leg, but looks like it's gonna be a little bit. That's return. Oh,
there we go.
Don't do that. You're hot. You got to put me 10 yards deep before I'm not bringing it out.
You want a heat check?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised that he elected to fair catch it. But now we'll see what's going on in the offense.
Yeah, speaking of heat check, 8 straight wins for the Grizz, and it coincides with Clifton McDowell taking over the starting quarterback job. 11 touchdowns, only 2 picks on the season. He's also the Grizzlies' second leading rusher.
You know, tall, thin passer from the pocket, likes to throw from the pocket, has a slingshot release, ultimately manages the run game very effectively.
And he's got the National Freshman of the Year right there, and Eli Gilman, nowhere to go. The Paladins, pound for pound, maybe the best defense in the FCS. They're not big, but they are lethal. That's Xavier Stevens.
And that's how you have to slow down Eli Gilman. He's really good at making the first guy miss, not going to the ground with great balance. You have to see a number of white jerseys surrounding the football. If you think you can bring them down one-on-one, you're going to be in for some heartache.
McDowell, like Huff, threw an interception on his opening playoff drive last week. McDowell, this is what he does best, off schedule. He's going to take it to the outside, stiff arm there on Braden Gilby. And that's going to set up a 3rd and manageable.
This is kind of what the matchup is going to be. You know, Gilby's got to be able to track down ball carriers, wherever that may be, if it's a running back or a quarterback. Good job by McDowell, realizing nothing there, not forcing it, picking up positive yards to make it 3rd and short.
His offensive coordinator is former Montana quarterback Brent Peace. Says he is developing as a passer with each week that goes by. At his best when they can limit his post-snap reads. McDowell to throw over the middle, good hands right at the marker. And getting the tight ends involved, that's Evan Schaefer.
Good job where to go with the football. Schaefer, 6'5" target. He ran a simple curl route down the distance, knew where the markers were, picked up the yardage needed.
As a quarterback, what's it like when you have to wait this long to take the field for the first time?
You like taking the field with a lead. In this case, they're taking the field when he's tied. But right now, you just want to get that first pass and that first hit.
Speed option, Gilman trying to get the edge. He will not get the edge because flying in to make the stop is Ivan Yates. Standout corner out of Roswell, Georgia.
You know, this is how you play defense. This is what they have to do. See, that first guy's going to miss, but you have to have other bodies there in case he's able to turn that corner. So right now, you can tell this Furman defense keyed in on stopping the run, using their speed.
Again, both these defenses top 10 nationally against the run. Nick Osmo, the new tailback for the Grizzlies. McDowell, short throw, incomplete. Looking for Bergen.
And a little bit surprised that Montana has not been able to establish that they are going to be able to run the football against Furman. The Grizzlies much bigger than the trenches, so I thought they'd have more success early on, particularly on first down with the run game, but hats off to this Furman defense.
College football has turned into a game of experience. 3 juniors and 8 seniors make up the starting 11 for the Paladins defense. Here's a 3rd and 11, pressure up the middle. McDowell is comfortable with it, back foot, too long, and that is going to force a punt.
Great job by Evan DiMaggio coming from his linebacker position on the blitz. You see him, number 39, just has a swim move and gets to the inside. So they were willing to risk it, try and get McDowell off of his spot. Successful blitz.
That is the great nephew of the legendary Joe DiMaggio. First punt of the evening. Travis Binham will punt it away. Joshua Harris waiting at the 20. And this one will roll to a stop inside the 30-yard line. All right, so slow down a little bit for a moment. Allow everyone to catch their breath. Furman's football when we return to Missoula, Montana, tied at 7. Missoula, Montana. Place is legit. Awesome town here in a great state. Bobby Hauck, the head coach of the Grizz, knows all about this. This is the big city for him. He's from Big Timber, Montana. Tiny little town. Pretty cool in this matchup, Jay. You've got two head coaches that are at their alma mater coaching on the biggest stage in the FCS.
Absolutely. That's what you want for Hauck. It's his second tenure here at University of Montana, but he's been around the block a few times, and they love him here. And I was at the Fools Inn Lounge last night. They were saying, oh, Coach Hauck's got a team that can go all the way. So they have high expectations for the Grizzlies.
If they win this, they will host the semifinals. Here is Robinson. Robinson's in trouble. And good pursuit there by Tyler Flink, a native of Missoula. There's Clay Hendricks. He's all Furman. 30th year between being a player, being an offensive line coach, and being the head coach.
You talk to Clay Hendricks, he just gets FCS football. He understands his program.
And that is short from Huff, looking for Luke Shiflett.
You know, you talk about understanding the program. He's like, at Bergen, they're one of the few schools that still believes in high school recruitment, developing talent, and then getting the most from them their junior and senior years. This is a very experienced Furman ball club.
The Paladins got the crowd out of it for a moment. They're back. Four-man rush. Huff throws over the middle. No, it's dropped. He had Mason Klein. Wasn't a perfect throw. Was it catchable, Jay?
Yeah, a little low, but if you're Tyler Huff, you have to make that throw. Right now, you know, we know third downs are magnified in the playoffs. That was a wide-open tight end with nobody within 5 yards of him. And Huff just got a little bit ahead of himself. Inaccurate throw. I believe he'd have been short of the first down anyway, but that's a missed opportunity to stay on the field by the offense.
And did you hear the crowd? I mean, they are a factor more so than the weather here. As another opportunity for Bergen. High arcing punt. Bergen wants the fair catch and has it at the 32-yard line. What is it about this atmosphere that makes it so difficult to come and play?
I mean, you know, we talked earlier about playoffs. I mean, I remember my time when I was in the playoffs against Marshall, and it was like 3rd and 2, and the crowd just going crazy. Everything is magnified. I mean, 3 and outs really keep the crowd into it. So if you can get a couple first downs, you take them out of it, but just everything's magnified. Every play call is magnified. Every turnover is huge. You can end your season with a turnover. You jump off sides in a penalty, that can cost your team the season. So you have to pay attention to detail on the field.
Montana 33-7 all time in this building in the playoffs. Little sweep to Xavier Harris. He slips out of a tackle, and Harris is quickly met by the rest of the Paladins defense. This is a defense that will pursue the football.
Absolutely. We keep talking about it. First guy's going to miss, but they've got so many more white jerseys that are around the ball. They swarm to the football. We talk about the numbers that they have. You can tell they do it by committee. There's no standout besides maybe Kilby. But overall, this is a group that knows their assignment. They play great assignment defense.
2nd and 9 for Clifton McDowell. Another short pass. That was Michael Robinson in coverage as they were trying to hook up with Keelan White.
Now, this 3rd down coming up, notice something that Furman is doing. We know Montana's offensive line like to take these really big splits. There's a lot of room in between. Look at that. Those are huge splits. Well, what Furman is doing is they're saying you're going to have that gap. We're going to occupy one zone, and we're going to bring the linebacker. That's why they're able to get in the quarterback's face every time you got defensive lineman with a running start through a very big gap.
And they love this on the Furman defense at 3rd and long. 36 sacks on the season. That is number 6 nationally. McDowell in some trouble. The left side is open. He wants to throw a pump fake, and it's not there. Alex Mayer closed that gap and will force another punt.
They're bringing the pressure right now. They continue to do that. If you want to have wide gaps, you let Gilby and DiMaggio get running starts from an inside linebacker position, flushing the quarterback out of the pocket. A good job by the secondary.
Second punt coming up for Travis Benham. No return on the first by Joshua Harris. Paladins have blocked 2 punts this year. That will bounce inside the 30, take a Grizz roll inside the 25. 46-yard punt as the Paladins will have another shot knotted up at 7 with the trip to the semifinals on the line in Missoula. Santa! I know him, Jay. Welcome back to Missoula, Lower Galindo. Jay Walker, as the Stroh line, sideline, and a lot of numbers here, but the summary is 2 elite defenses.
Absolutely, and take a look at the middle of that. Rush defense, that's going to be the key. Furman, 3rd in the country. Montana, 9th in the country. Top 10 against the run. Solid defenses, but right now, very impressed with Furman's defense. Montana has not been able to do anything against them.
Montana with 9 plays so far, 4 of them negative or no yardage. The Grizz brought their hard hats. They're ready to go. Here's Tyler Huff taking a deep shot, looking for Harris, and it's going to be overthrown. Now, we talked to the defensive coordinator for Montana, Ronnie Bradford. He says of Huff's build in his throwing motion reminds him a little bit of Drew Brees.
I can see that a little bit too, but I really think, I don't know how comfortable he is in that pocket throwing it, but what I've seen, gets out the pocket a little bit more, makes things happen on the run. The big mistake there, anytime you call a pass on first down, you just want positive yards. Right now they're behind the chains.
Remember, did not throw for about 3 weeks leading up to the playoffs. That's Dwayne Anderson. Cut it back, picks up 2 yards before Jackson Lee brings him down.
You see a lot of guys in the backfield for Furman, but a great job with the great vision to find the lane, cut back against the grain, pick up a couple yards there. Here, playoff football on 3rd down. What happened? Magnified.
Blown up! No shot! Kel Edwards read it like a book.
They're going to try a little razzle-dazzle, but Kel Edwards knew his assignment. Clean shot on the quarterback. Huff fortunate to hold on to that football. Big play by the defense of the Grizzlies.
Kel Edwards out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Former high school quarterback taking the fight to the Paladins quarterback. Short punt. This one hangs up. And it's going to be on the Paladins side of the 50. Kel Edwards just got momentum back. Let's check in with Ashley.
Yeah, guys, you were talking about the Furman defense and just how solid it's been. I had a chance to talk with Matt Sachoka, their defensive tackle, about being a leader. He's been with this program for 7 years, and he told me back in the day, DC Coach Dwayne Vaughn brought in a bunch of guys, and he said, hey, I'm looking at you all to come in and be the leaders of this defense moving forward. He said, let me know what you come up with to be our pillars of this defense. They came up with GBG, that's Get Back Gang. The pillars, stop the run, no touchdowns in the red zone, create turnovers.
Well, to this point, they're stopping everything. Just 8 total yards for the Grizz. McDowell, corner! To the 20. Contact to the 10. 38 yards for Clifton McDowell.
We talked earlier how you thought he could run the ball a little bit more effectively. Well, this is a great job of vision, getting to the outside, and you see the athleticism, the ability to run away from the defense, great job calling his own number by Clifton McDowell.
Young man from Spring, Texas, played in the snow for the first time last week. He's quickly becoming a Montanan. McDowell, end zone. Grizzlies respond. This is a different team, a dangerous team. They solidified their spot as a contender after the loss to Northern Arizona. That's when McDowell took over. And that is the bread and butter, what he can do with the legs.
See how quickly the momentum changed. It all started with that big play getting off the field on third down, short punt, explosive run, and then Montana gained momentum again.
And it is 14-7. Grizz with the lead. That drive was all about the athleticism of Clifton McDowell.
Yeah, just doing a little roll out there, seeing nobody has him outside. That's the same play that he used to get them down into the red zone. Same look here. Nobody's got outside third. Able to make it a foot race that he wins.
How rare was that occurrence right there? Well, how about this? Just the 24th red zone trip allowed by Furman this season. Trip allowed inside the 20. And that was just the third rushing touchdown allowed in the last 8 games by the Paladins.
Impressive job, and single-handedly Clifton McDowell put this offense on his back with 2 big runs to give the Grizz the lead.
You said it. Goes back to that engulfing stop made by Cale Edwards on a third down trick play. Kick is off. Into the end zone. That is where it will stay. Paladins will bring it out at the 25. So after that opening drive, what have you seen from the Furman offense?
That last one, it seemed like the line of scrimmage are starting to lose control of the line of scrimmage. The big guys for Montana are starting to pressure that. They took away some of the run. So the key thing is, can they keep it up? And if they're Furman, you got to get ahead on first down. When they took that incomplete pass on first down, defenses love that when they get you in those situations.
Huff is 1 of 5. The one completion, 70 yards to Colton Hinton. It set up the touchdown by Dominic Roberto. Here's the freshman, Grant Robinson. That's got to be a tough spot to be in. Here comes a flag. Going to be a face mask.
Yeah, it was. And unfortunate for Montana. That was a great job of the defense winning first down again, but a clear and obvious face mask will negate a great defensive stop.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 99, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Oh, that's a tough way to introduce the nation to Alex Gupner, but you are looking at the man that starts everything for the Grizzlies defense. That's the Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year. He doesn't have great stats because he's the nose guard, but he resets the line of scrimmage consistently. Big break for the Paladins. That was going to be a loss. Huff, quick toss. That's complete to Mason Klein. Here comes the snow, Jay.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get excited here. They're cheering on the snow. You see the fans? They are cheering for the snow. They want home field advantage, Montana style.
Let's see if the weather truly is a non-factor for the Paladins. That's Anderson with the carry, nothing there. It's going to be a 3rd and short.
How about what you said before the crowd just rounds me out? Alex Gupner, Defensive Player of the Year in the conference as a nose tackle. That's making an impact.
How rare is that?
You don't see that. Unless you're like Warren Sapp or somebody like that, you just don't see it. Aaron Donald, you get activity from a nose tackle Conference Player of the Year, what an added bonus it is.
3rd and 3. Huff will keep. Huff's got the first down. Off. You're not going to catch. Tyler Tyler Huff. We're tied up. Pinning the extra point. 53 yards. The Paladins' second leading rusher. What a rebuttal.
You have to account for the quarterback in the running game. In that case there, they had a quarterback that was responsible, Corbin Walker, for anything coming deep to the left. And Huff with great recognition, huge play.
All the Paladins want to do is score on the big plays. Unbelievable how we thought this game was going to change so many times.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be there to fill that hole there. The big plays, I mean, this Montana defense has been playing well, but they've given up huge plays on third down. That's why this football game is tied, but great recognition by Tyler Huff, realizing there was a crease in the defensive secondary, and he took advantage of it.
Tyler Huff is starting to have a cult following on the FCS level. As head coach Clay Hendricks says that all of his friends in the coaching profession simply refer to Tyler Huff as a dude.
A dude, the leader. I mean, coach could say enough good things about him. Takes care of business on and off the field. One of those guys that you know will be successful in his career choice.
That is the Southern Conference Offensive Player of the Year, Furman's first since 2001. So we had the long play there. A long 70-yard pass by Colton Hinton to set up Dom Roberto. We've had the 99-yard return from Bergen. What else is in store for us here in Missoula? And the Paladins will stay away from Bergen.
14-14 first quarter, and these are two of the best defenses in the country. In the playoffs, throw all those stats out the window. You got to take it play by play. And you're going to say, once again, block out all the distractions and the noise. Pay attention to your assignments and keep the ball in front of you.
McDowell's 1 of 4 for 4 yards through the air. 4 carries, 53 yards. As long of 40. Osmo the tailback. Osmo is going to fake, and it's going to be McDowell weaving through, taking a big shot, picking up 9 yards. Braden Gilby with the tackle.
And you have that feeling that Furman is locked in on the running back, and I think this is a little surprise to them that McDowell is running the ball as effectively as he has in this game thus far. They've got to make some adjustments. So often you focus on the running backs and Eli Gilman, as you rightfully should, as well as Osmo in the backfield, but McDowell's doing a good job calling his own number.
Here's Osmo. He's been on fire as of late. Battled injuries throughout the course of his career. We pumped up Gilman before the start of this game. Gilman has struggled a little bit in the last two, while Osmo is at nearly 9 yards per carry in the last 2 games.
Yeah, had a great showing last week. Averaged 6.5 yards per carry along with the touchdown. So sometimes you go with the hot hand.
And back to Osmo, and he's just fighting. This dude is so tough. His head coach, Bobby Hauck, says that if he could have avoided the injuries in his career, his numbers would be eye-opening.
That's why you like to see a guy like him get the reward, play in the postseason, and have some success as he did last week.
This is it for him. Osmo has 1 year of eligibility left, but has already said this is going to be his final season. Back to Osmo. Fighting for more yards, and that's why the Grizz faithful love him. Setting up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, that's really good recognition by Clifton McDowell, realizing that you had that fang backer like a defensive end trying to guard Osmo coming out of the backfield. He knew right away where he was going with the football.
Gilman checks back in. McDowell quickly to the line on 3rd and short, and it's to the freshman of the year. That's good enough for first down yardage. DiMaggio makes a tackle, a first down Grizz. This is a Montana offense that relies a lot on confusion with different formations and personnel packages. That man, Coach Hauck, said that you got to find ways to score. because he's never seen so many seniors on a team. They're not going to be able to fool them. Here is Xavier Harris, popped by Cam Brinson.
They play great assignment football defensively. You wonder why they're so good against the run, because everybody's in sync with where they're going. What you have to have eye discipline and athleticism. And they are executing well anytime they see those runs.
Checking out Dwayne Vaughn, defensive coordinator for the Paladins. This team is number 7 in the FCS in scoring defense at 16.8. Grizz already have 14, albeit 7 of those via special teams. Pressure, McDowell, back foot. Bergen makes the catch at the 30. $19 yards.
And this is just a great football play by McDowell as well as Bergen. Look at the pressure that's getting in his face right now. He has nowhere to go with the football, but he finds somebody coming across the formation late. Great separation by Bergen. But look at this. I mean, he's like, where do I go? Can't step into the throw. But Bergen with enough separation for the completion.
Almost the exact same play on a 4th down last week against Delaware in the snow. It wasn't a catch, but it was a PI to set up his score. McDowell keeps, nothing there. Stop made by Fachovka. Stand out inside. What is it like when you know you have a playmaker receiver like Bergen?
You got to make sure that he had help. So when you break the line of scrimmage and he's involved in the passing route, if you see one-on-one coverage, you're thinking, hey, I'm going there until they show me differently. And Bergen has shown he's got the speed. He could be too fast for this Furman defense.
9th play of the drive by the Grizz. Aaron Fonts in motion. McDowell on the screen. Gilman spins out. Again, Paladins just rally to the football so quickly.
And it goes to what you said. When you were describing the Montana offense, what they like to do for the offensive coordinator, Brent Peace, is they like misdirection. They like to fool you. They like to give you confusion with different formations. Well, Furman is so sound defensively, that's really not going to work. That's not going to be effective because they're going to be in the right place. So you're trying to trick a defense that may be just a little bit smarter than you.
So what's the answer?
You got to run at them. I think they're a smaller team. You have to attack and say, we're a bigger team. Let's run downhill instead of trying to run sideways and do confusion.
McDowell to throw on 3rd and long. He's got Bergen. Bergen brought down with an amazing open field stop by Callie Chiswick. That is the son of former Auburn head coach Gene Chiswick, who is in attendance tonight. Not often that he gets to see his son play. He loves that one by Callie to set up a 4th down. Man, fireworks, literally and figuratively. What's next? You gotta keep watching because something crazy is bound to be around the corner. We're tied up at 14 after 1. Furman and Montana tied up at 14 after 1. Moments ago, Ashley Stroline caught up the Paladins head coach Clay Hendricks.
Well, Coach, you told us one of the keys to the game would be controlling this crowd. Your team has had an answer for everything. How do you continue to answer as you have all first quarter?
Well, they're who I thought they were, and we got to find a way to run the ball better. I know we popped the run there, and both teams filling each other out a little bit. 2 poor kicks set us up, set them up for good yards. Obviously, the big return. 60-minute game. We just got to keep playing.
All right, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
39-yard attempt here for Nick Ramos on a 4th and 3. Ramos is good. Nick Ramos, stay hot. He's now 8 for 8 on the season after winning the starting kicking job back over the past 4 games. Do you like the decision to take the 3?
Absolutely. I mean, don't get caught up in the emotion. It's playoffs. Anytime you have a chance to take the lead, you grab the lead. Make them stay in the trail position. So great decision there. And, we got 2 veteran coaches here that have been around the block, so completely understand taking the points. And, my grandfather used to always say, you know what, you never go broke taking a profit. You can go broke getting greedy. So Coach Hauck said, hey, I'm going to take the profit.
It's the quarterfinals of the FCS playoffs. Bobby Hauck in Montana trying to make it to the semifinals for the 11th time in program history. It would be the first time since 2011. Meanwhile, Furman in the quarters for the first time since 2005, which is also the last time they went to the semifinals. The Grizz take the lead back. That lead changes left and right. And the return by Colton Hinton. He's already got a big catch to his credit. Bergen misses the tackle. And that will set up the Paladins just north of the 25-yard line. So, Jay, this is what we're playing for here. If Montana wins, they know they will host the semifinals, have either South Dakota or North Dakota State. The top side of the bracket, South Dakota State, your defending champs, take on Nova tomorrow.
Yeah, and what a job by Jimmy Rogers of South Dakota State, replacing a legend, but the beat goes on for the Jackrabbits, number 1 team in FCS football. And look at that. The only team that doesn't have a number next to it is a team everybody's afraid of, North Dakota State.
Absolutely. No one is doubting them for a moment. Anderson nailed! Garrett Graves, welcome to the big time.
We see both teams continue to struggle to run the football the traditional way with their running backs, but that's a good pop right there.
How does that feel in the cold?
Hurts even more.
Fifth-year senior from Eureka, Montana, with a horn. Drop pass through the hands of Kendall Dean.
And Dean has struggled a little bit having the drops. In that case, that was a perfectly called play. There was a running lane there, but got to pay attention to detail.
More third down magic for the Paladins. 4 plays, 123 yards on the money down, 6 yards on every other down. It's either been Huff with the arm or the legs. Huff with the legs. Flag is down on the far side of the field. Huff
what an effort!
And it's going to be close to the sticks, 1 yard shy. Also need to see what this flag is all about.
I think it'll be offsides on Montana.
Offside. Number 0, defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay. Third down.
So that moves it from a 4th and 1 down to a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that close, and you have to take the penalty now. You got 3rd manageable, and you ask Tyler Huff to come up and create some more magic. But that was a fantastic run, that previous play, to escape from trouble and almost pick up the 1st down.
Paladin's offense was not clicking last week. Just 2 touchdown drives against Chattanooga, covering a total of 62 yards. And finding the rhythm here tonight on a 3rd and 5. Huff swings it to Anderson. Anderson blown up. And that's going to be short of the 1st down. They are hitting, and it's Garrett Graves again. He wants all the Paladins at once.
And this will be a 4th and 1 again, but Graves is coming to play. It's what you have to do. They're trying to get an extended run over the shoulders. Great job by the defense.
Asked Coach Hauck who is the nastiest on the defense. And he said, well, they're all in that conversation or they wouldn't be on the field. He went on to say, if you watched Montana practice, you would think they absolutely hate each other because they go so hard.
They say iron sharpens iron, and that's why you're looking at the number 2 team in all of FCS football.
Levy to punt, nearly blocked. Bergen calling for the fair catch. The snow continues to fall, just adding to what is an already amazing night and environment here in Missoula, Montana. Grizz with the lead. Semis on the line at 17-14. Welcome back to the FCS playoffs. We're on the campus of University of Montana, the 2 seed. And this event going up against the Furman Paladins. What a game here, 17-14. Bo Galindo, Jay Walker, Ashley Stroline. Don't forget, up until the regular season finale loss for Furman against Wofford, the Paladins were the number 2 team in the country.
Representing a strong Southern Conference there, but got back on track in the postseason.
McDowell to throw, sideline look, and it's Keelan White with his first catch of the night.
That's what you get. one-on-one matchup there. They're crowding the box against the run. Find the guy that gives you the best opportunity with size and great hands, and that's Keelan White for Montana.
His 5th season with the Grizzlies, 412 yards in the previous 4 years, 600 plus in this one. It's been a breakout year for White. Back to the ground with Nick Osmo. DiMaggio with the stop.
And I think those plays right there, those are the ones that Montana needs to start winning. Running the ball downhill at them. You can't settle for getting 1 yard. This offensive line needs to step it up a little bit, maybe tighten down on their splits and get the running game going.
And it's been exclusively Clifton McDowell. The running backs, Harris, Osmo, Gilman, have not been able to produce. Paladins come in with the number 3 rushing defense in the FCS, holding opponents to 93 a game. Dow, pressure up the middle, nearly jumped and picked off. Chiswick was over it, intended for Evan Schaefer.
And I don't know what is going on with this offensive line, but every time McDowell drops back to throw the football, pressure in his face, they have realized these wide gaps and they're attacking it, and they're getting to the quarterback every time he drops back.
Furman staff was telling us last night they wondered maybe if the wide splits were just something exclusive for the weather and the footing last week when the snow was falling against Delaware. Obviously not the case.
And now we're seeing the adjustment, so they're shrinking down the splits a little bit now, maybe because they're having trouble.
McDowell gets out of trouble, eludes one of the best sack defenses in college football to the corner. First down, ball squirts out. Believe he was down, and we have a flag. As it stands, an 18-yard pickup for Clifton McDowell.
They had him bottled up. They just couldn't bring him down.
Illegal block in the back. Number 14, offense. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's tough. That's against Aaron Fonts.
At the very end of the run. I mean, this is at the end. He doesn't even get this angle. He's just trying to wall him off. A little anxious. Good call. That is the call there. He was trying to hold off, but he couldn't do it. That negates a really good run from McDowell.
That was Micah Robinson there, fighting with Fonts to make that stop. So 3rd and 2.
Play action here. I think you go play action. Everybody thinks you're going to run the ball, do some type of play action, try and hit him for a big play.
And there it is. Downfield, Keelan White upended. And I think the booty got down in bounds. And that's Aaron Fonts with the catch.
And making up for the penalty on the previous play. I like the play selection here. Go with the play action. Leaves his feet. They try to push him out. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say the 2 feet got in. You say the booty. Give it to the 2 feet. Great job knowing where you're on the field and coming down inbounds.
Aaron Fonts, known for stretching the field with elite speed.
Of a completed catch for a 1st down is under further review.
That was elite acrobatics there, showing the vert and the ability to get down inbounds. So we will go to our first review. First look, what do you think?
I thought the feet are clearly in, but let's see the upper body. Is there anything in the upper body? See that? Simultaneous. I don't think there's enough to overturn it. You know, it's close. Is the elbow possibly down? This should be a good angle here.
Oh, does the right hand come down
that
first?
Tells me, take back everything I said. That's a great look right there. And you can tell that hand is using to break the fall. That's out of bounds. That is out of bounds. This is going to be overturned.
Can you see his right foot, though? So his heel may be down at the same time. The right heel is down right there. That's close.
That angle's close, but I thought the other angle we saw, you could tell the foot wasn't quite down yet.
You can see the foot from the backside angle? See here.
See how his body's going. Ooh.
Again, call on the field is a catch.
I mean, it seems like he used that arm. This is the look I see right here. The legs are up in the air. This arm to break the fall. See there? I don't see a foot that could be down on the ground.
Well, it would be the right foot, which is obscured from that angle.
The ruling on the field has been confirmed. It's a completed catch for a first down.
Confirming it, so they saw enough to let them know that was indeed the right call.
And I don't mind being wrong as long as the officials get it right. You know, players work so hard and coaches work so hard. Take your time and get it right.
Even Santa picks Montana. ESPN. That's what it stands for. Finally figured it out. After the big play by Fonson, McDowell. Sweep action to Harris. Harris, lower on the shoulder pads against Travis Blackshear, one of the top corners in all of the FCS. This is interesting. I've never seen a team like this before in Montana, that you have 3 players that have all led the same team in rushing in the 3 most recent seasons. Gilman this year, Osmo last year, and Harris in 2021.
Call that depth in the running back room. What a luxury it is to have.
Well, get guys like that to stick around as well. You know how that goes. Both these teams so connected. Sawyer Racanelli in motion. McDowell, shot to the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Bergen. Cam Brunson was with them. Bergen thinks he's got it.
The fact that he was able to come down with this great catch. When does he secure it? It's on his backside.
Oh, my goodness. But then loses it for a moment once his back hits the turf. I mean, degree of difficulty.
Wow.
Jay. In Montana right now, they're slowing it down. They want the booth to take another look at it. But it's not happening, so probably we'll have to burn a timeout here with 1 on the play clock. That's exactly what these Montana fans are wondering.
So they want to look at it. You know, here are the rules they kind of have to go along with that. Think it's a touchdown, he's got it, but when you leave your feet as a receiver, you must control the football till all momentum stops. And we saw the catch was there. He was pinning it against the back of the defensive back. But then that second when he let go.
So look, good. But then right here.
See, ball starting to move right there.
Yep.
Lost control of the ball. Did not go all the way through the completion of the act of the catch.
Fans don't like it, but that's why they're fans. I absolutely love it. 3rd and 8 here for the Grizz. McDowell going back right side, good hands. As that is hauled in by Junior Bergen.
And Bergen right now is a problem for Furman defensively. He's shown that they don't have anybody that can run with him, and they're continuing to use him in one-on-one situations.
First team All Big Sky as a receiver and a returner. He's been fantastic in both. Gilman with the carry. Stopped by big 99, Sarad Cook.
Impressive. The fact that not a very large defensive line, but very active, playing together as a unit. Montana still struggling to run the football in between the tackles.
Something about seeing a 99 and a 0 lining up side by side on the defensive line. That's what college football is all about. This man's hot, 7 of 9, 82 yards. The legs have been great as well. Little pitch on the end around. Fonts through traffic, still going, and he is brought down by Blackshear at the 11-yard line.
And one of the few times I thought that they had confused this Furman defense. Look, he's got a plethora of blockers in front of him. Stay towards the inside a little bit, maybe follow number 69 there to the second level. Instead, he allows Travis Blackshear, number 1, to come back into the play.
Blackshear had a tight end on him, Eric Barker, but relentless effort has been the calling card of this Paladins defense all season. 3rd and 5 inside the red zone. tough to just get to this point against the Paladins. Little touch to Gilman, incomplete. Gilman was wheeling out of the backfield. That's going to bring on the field goal unit.
Right away you see McDowell, once he recognizes linebacker on a running back, he likes to take advantage of that. It just leads him a little bit too far, as Gilman did a good job getting behind Luke Clark, but not able to connect.
Ramos looking for his second straight make. Came into this with 35 points over his last 3 games. So when the Grizz have slowed down offensively, Ramos has been there to pick them up. 29-yarder up, and the 29-yarder is good. How about a 9-for-9 mark on the season for Nick Ramos, the senior from Miami, Florida. He ain't wearing sleeves. It's not South Beach, but he loves Missoula. ESPN and the V Foundation and the fight against cancer. Visit v.org/donate. All donations benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Noel Galindo here with Jay Walker. We're on the campus of Montana. This is beautiful Missoula, Montana. And the Grizzlies have a squad. Scored 13 points in the last 3 possessions to open up a 6-point lead over Furman. Paladins, number 7 national seed. 7 of the 8 national seeds are still standing going into the quarterfinals. North Dakota State, the only team that's not a national seed, still remains, and we all know they are dangerous. Anderson takes a knee. Paladins will try to respond starting at the 25.
So while they're coming to offense out of your first time to Missoula, what do you think?
Missoula is legit. The state of Montana, first off, is one of the best places on earth. The people here are amazing. The scenery is amazing. It's legit.
You had heard about the home field advantage coming in, and now you see why they're so successful. It's real.
Well, even Furman head coach Clay Hendricks giving them so much props, saying that it's not often you see a combination of a great program and great atmosphere on the FCS level like this in Washington-Grizzly Stadium. Here's Tyler Huff, the rocket behind Luke Shiflett. Incomplete.
See, that's what I'm going to call that. That's a weather throw right there. That was a perfectly thrown ball, but when you've got a quick slant with some velocity and it's a little bit slick because of the snow, that ball kind of skipped off of the gloves.
Both of these offenses coordinated by former Montana quarterbacks. For the Paladins, it's Justin Roper. He played here in 2009 and 2010. Kerry Robinson. Roper has really helped with the team's mentality because he's used to playing in this environment, and oh, by the way, he's from the South. He's a Georgia kid, so grew up in a warm climate. So
that means you don't want to hear any excuses. He made the adjustment. He expects his team to come out and make the adjustment.
This, though, is the problem. 3rd and 6, backed up in the territory of the loudest part of the stadium. Furman 2 for 5 on the money down. Good hands. Joshua Harris, go, catch it. Arms.
Great catch by Harrison. What I like about this one, took a little bit off it because he's closer, threw that ball a little bit softer. That's why he was able to make the catch and keep the drive alive.
Harris has himself a 40-catch season. A lot of weapons that the Paladins use at the receiver spot. Harris, the best of the bunch. Here's Robinson, big fella, left side. And we've seen a lot more Grant Robinson and Wayne Anderson than Dom Roberto in this game.
And that surprises me a little bit. I know Robinson had a good game a week ago. He looked good. But in this game with the elements, it's snowing sometimes. It's stop. Give me the bigger back. I want the 230-pound downhill runner.
Roberto's ankle really hasn't been good all season long. High ankle sprain early in the season in the second game as Garrett Husted makes a tackle. But that's also the game that Grant Robinson suffered a broken ankle So we saw him play last week in the win against Chattanooga. A lot of people were like, who is this dude? 13 carries, 62 yards. It was it. He was finally healthy and had an opportunity.
They made some big runs. And right now, they're going to put a wide receiver in the backfield in Hughes. Keep an eye on him coming out the backfield.
Baylor Hughes with the carry, and Hughes is brought down quickly. Nash Fouch is there with Hayden Harris. Here comes a punt.
And, they paid attention to him in the backfield as well. Thought there might have been a little crease, but you'll see his footing give out on him a little bit. Not able to accelerate through the hole, bringing up 4th down.
Have you noticed this game slowed down a little bit, and Montana has very deliberately started to make this game its own.
They are taking control of it. The offense has put some more points on the board, figured out a couple of things. And meanwhile, for Furman, it seems like they just kind of slowed down a lot. I wonder if the weather is starting to affect them.
Punt is off. The punter is down. There is a flag. But we're going to have a call back here as Ryan Levy is slow to get up as he got.
You see he's smiling.
Oh, okay.
He was smiling like, yeah, I got him.
And the Oscar goes to the junior from Tampa, Ryan Levy.
The kicker, defense, number 10. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, 1st down.
It's against TJ Roush. Jay, you make the call.
I know I saw after the fact that he was laid out like he got decked. Look. You see the arms? He's got the arms flailing. He's
bring out the cart for my man. And look at this smile.
Help your team. Everybody has to contribute. And see, this is what we talk about. In the playoffs, that right there, that penalty right there can be magnified.
Especially when I mentioned the momentum on Montana's side. That's how you get it back. Huff in trouble, just going to throw it away over the head of Robinson.
And this offense, they're not a scary offense. They come in averaging 27 points a game. For a conference champion, that's really not a lot. It's not an offense that scares you, but they continue to struggle on 1st down. I mean, we have not seen a 4-yard positive play on 1st down like all game. It's always been the big play. That's not a winning formula for success.
One of their 2 touchdowns last week was set up by a Blackshear touchdown to the 2-yard line. That is trouble. Hayden Harris making another play in the backfield. The former UCLA Bruin is now a Grizzly.
And the black shirts are just dominating the line of scrimmage. You see there on a little stunt, able to attack the ball carrier in the backfield.
Third and forever. Missoula, your thoughts?
Look at the 5 defensive backs they have standing on the 1st down marker.
4-man rush. Huff overthrowing Ben Ferguson. Multiple Grizzlies there in coverage.
One of the few times we've seen some protection come into play. Has an opportunity to go through his progression, but with Montana going to a dime package, not the place you want to go with the football, with a free safety high and also some great underneath coverage.
Does Montana leave Ryan Levy alone here? Punting from the 49. Levy lets it fly from the 40.
Shanked it.
Yeah, he did. It's going to have a little backspin, not the bite you want. And it's going to be Grizzlies football at the 30. 19-yard punt. Missoula, Montana, the place to be as we kick off the FCS quarterfinals on this gorgeous Friday night.
Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr., Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr.
4 finalists, 1 dream.
And the winner is...
We will find out tomorrow, 8 Eastern on ESPN. Jay Walker, who's your pick?
I think Daniel's going to win it, but I would have voted for Penix. Who you going with, Lo?
I think late season surge by Penix. Heisman voters love a winner. Even though Jaden Daniels has had phenomenal numbers all season long. Going to go with Penix from UW. Phenomenal player. McDowell, all sorts of time. It's got Keelan White to the 50. Keelan White upright on the sideline, 30-yard line. Keelan White gets loose for 41.
And it starts with the protection. Early on, they were having trouble protecting their quarterback, so they went with some play action, misdirection, great patience by McDowell. Huge play for the Grizzlies.
You think Furman's looking at that clock, thinking about the locker room?
Yes, they want to get to the locker room. I think some of them want to warm up, and also they just want to kind of regroup for the second half. But right now, the Grizzlies are saying they're not done. They want to increase their lead before halftime.
Took McDowell a little while to get warmed up, but he's cooking now. Osmo still nothing there. It has been tough sledding for the Grizzly running backs. Osmo's the leading rusher of the running backs with 8 yards.
Yeah, and think about this. Montana came into this game averaging 195 yards rushing per game. And they have still not been able to gain control of the line of scrimmage and say, you know what, we're going to run the ball effectively. Credit to that Furman defense.
5-game stretch here for the Grizzlies. They're averaging 39 points per game. In that same span, Furman allowing 10 points per game. Montana just over halfway there. That was a BB as he was looking for Bergen, incomplete. Man, this part of the stadium, they get into it. This is a lot of the longtime season ticket holders that love Grizzly football. They personify Montana toughness right there. It's a fan base that's spread across a vast state. A lot of these fans driving 6-8 hours to get here to Missoula to see the team they love.
Coach Hauck was worried about if they were going to make it because it was Friday night. Well, I think they proved him wrong. They've got a great crowd here.
3rd and 11, tunnel screen to White. And White is brought down at the 25-yard line. And it is Nick Ramos time yet again. Paladins have done a solid job inside the 30. This would be a 3rd field goal for Ramos. This from 42 yards, which will be one shy of his long hit from 43 in the snow last week against Delaware. And we had movement by Furman, and that ball is short.
No flag.
No flags at all. Looked like Montana was expecting one as Ramos misses for the first time this season.
Look at the fans. I love it. Hey, ref, open your eyes. Can't you see? Jumped off sides. Oh, fanatics.
Be careful of the hot drinks. Kevin, thank you so much. We look forward to that. We got a great one here in Missoula. Huff firing over the middle. Quite the response right into the big midst of the 6'7" Mason Clyde.
Wow, you talk about squeezing that ball in a tight window. There were 3 jerseys around Klein, and Huff able to find a window to get the ball to his big tight end. And a few times they've had success on first down.
Huff pressured up the middle, hit as he throws. It's a wobbler and incomplete. Huff a little slow to get up, but that's the epitome of toughness right there.
As a quarterback, you know you're going to get hit. You can feel it. You're getting a running start coming downhill by number 37.
That's Levi Janicaro. Where's the honorary number 37? Tradition that started back in 1983. Every year, worn by a native of this great state. 2nd and 10, a screen to Klein, and Klein, a subtle pickup.
And that's what you need. Make it 3rd and manageable there. So they picked up 5 yards, but I think the offensive coordinator, Justin Roper, starting to realize, let's get away from the run. We've got to open up the offensive playbook and spread out this aggressive Grizzly defense.
1:14 left. Paladins have all 3 timeouts. This would change everything If they can find a way to score, take the lead going into the break. Low snap. Huff! Brought down! Riley Wilson! His 8.5 sack of the season.
You get yourself in trouble when you got your running back trying to defend against a linebacker that's coming off the edge, and you'll see Grant Robinson just gets bull rushed by Wilson. Great play, but you have to do a better job in protection. You need Grant Robinson to step up and protect the backside of his quarterback. Instead, he allows the sack, and that's going to kill the drive.
This is the first of the quarterfinal round. We have 3 more matchups tomorrow. We will have a final 4 after that. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Who's your favorite? Who's the team to beat in the FCS?
I mean, you go with the defending champions, and South Dakota State is not disappointed. I mean, undefeated in arguably the toughest conference in the country, the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Mentioned earlier, Jimmy Rogers done a good job, but my bracket's been busted already. I was anticipating a rematch between Montana and Montana State. Montana State got knocked out, so that won't happen.
Bergen, some room. And Bergen is dropped at the 33-yard line, so 45 seconds on the clock for Montana. Here's that dominance by the Jackrabbits. 26 straight wins, 42 points per game in the FCS playoffs dating back to last season.
Yeah, and I think the key for them was they had to dethrone North Dakota State. And they proved it wasn't a fluke when they beat them during the regular season last year. Then they beat them in the championship, and they beat them again this year.
How aggressive now is Montana with 45 seconds left?
Depends on what you get on first down. If you pick up positive yardage in a nice chunk, you speed up the offense and say, let's go hurry up. But the incomplete pass, you kind of slow it down.
McDowell so cool under pressure, directing traffic, and the sideline throw was completed to junior Bergen. Bergen electrified this entire place if they weren't already lit. They were after he took the opening kickoff, 99 yards to start the scoring.
He's one of the guys I'm going to look for in this situation. Why not take a chance trying to get Bergen the ball here in this last minute of play? See if you can catch him isolated against a safety. Pick on that matchup.
Furman won the toss. They deferred. They will start the second half with the ball. Screen to the 40 is Aaron Fonts. 2 timeouts remaining for Montana. They will let the clock run.
You got transfer there. They call bubble screen right there. They're basically saying, you know what, we're going to go into halftime. We're not going to be too aggressive here.
3rd and 2. Osmo. That will be well shy of the first down marker. So we'll set up a 4th and 2, and Furman elects to call the timeout.
You know why?
Going after this one?
They're going to set up a pump block. Why not? You got 10 seconds to go. Maybe a bad snap from the snapper, the long snapper to the punter. It's in the truth to go after it.
Now it comes down to these teams who's been more challenged. Lately, Montana has not been challenged. 8 straight wins, 5 against the top 25. Over the last 5, they're blowing out opponents by 30 points per game. Furman's played in more ugly games in Montana. They are accustomed to some of these tight matchups.
Yes, so they can keep it close. They feel like they have a way that they can will it out and find a way to win a football game.
Travis Benham on the punt. Here comes that pressure from the Paladins. And that will bounce out of bounds, still with 5 seconds before the half. I imagine this is a knee coming up in Furman, and they're saying, all right, it's in Greenville, South Carolina, but maybe that locker room will feel a little bit warmer.
Absolutely, and this temperature will drop, but credit to the guys from Furman. For the most part, they did a good job of blocking out the conditions.
Yeah.
I thought for a stretch there, the crowd got to them when they had that stretch where they gave up the lead. But they're showing tough. They're playing with the heart of champions and really trying to represent for the Southern Conference.
Yeah, they're hanging around here. A huge pass from Hoff to Hinton. That was to set up Dom Roberts. And a touchdown to tie it at 7 Hauck also had the long touchdown run. So, man, great drama here in Montana. Trip to the semifinals on the line. The Grizz lead 20-14. Let's toss it to the studio. And Kevin Connors. Lauren Galindo here with Jay Walker, Ashley Stroline on the sideline as Montana, the 2 seed in the FCS playoffs, trying to punch their ticket to the semifinals for the first time since 2011. Furman, the 7 seed, trying to get there for the first time since 2005. The Zoo Crew is back. They are ready to go. Now, you're going to look at the stands here, and you're not going to see a lot of bodies in the seats. Here in Montana, they allow the fans to leave the stadium, get rehydrated, or warm up a little bit. Yeah. And then they come back to enjoy the second half. They will be back. We promise, especially with all these ramifications.
Yeah, and the way this is setting up to be a very interesting second half. And, normally I say great coaches show up making coaching adjustments at halftime. Well, you've got 2 legendary coaches in this game right now. This is going to be an advanced game of chess.
The game started with a 99-yard kick return for a touchdown by Montana's junior Bergen. Furman won the toss, deferred, and we'll start with the rock. Let's check in with Ashley on the sideline.
Yeah, guys, well, Chris, head coach Hauck told me that he didn't have a lot of adjustments he wants to make for this second half. He said it's simple. I just want my guys to play better. He says those 2 big plays we allowed for Furman were absolute nonsense, so that's part of his message at halftime. But overall, just going out there and finishing off those drives. As for Coach Hendricks and Furman, he said, we've been able to push the quarterback around, but we just can't get to him and get him off his feet. He's been too good, so they're looking to get some quarterback action and maybe some sacks.
Hey, Ashley, I got a question for you. So the temperature's dropped a little bit. How does it seem like the Furman guys are handling the drop in temperature?
Oh, well, I think that they're just fine. I mean, you didn't see any guys coming out with any more gear on, right? Out there with no sleeves still. Quarterback Tyler Huff walked by with his game face on. I said, how's it going? He said, where's the football? Let's get going. So they're feeling just fine.
I love it. Swing pass here to Grant Robinson. Now, we need to update everybody on the condition of Dominic Roberto, the leading rusher for the Paladins. He's dealing with an ab issue in this game, Jay, so that's going to limit him to short yardage situations.
And hopefully, if you're Furman, you're thinking, hey, if we get the ball on the 1 or 2 yard line, then we can use our power back. But you would like to have a guy like him in this game where the bigger backs become a little bit more bruising, can get those extra yards, but he's not at their availability right now, so they got to make do without him. Next man up.
Tyler Huff of the Paladins backed up on 3rd and 6. Corner rush. And the throw will fall incomplete to set up a 4th down. Neither one of these teams is getting any production in the ground game from the running backs. It's all been Huff and McDowell. The Furman running backs, 12 carries for 10 yards. Montana running backs, 13 carries for 15 yards. Something has to change.
That's what I think, which coach can make the adjustment to get the running backs involved, to help out your quarterback where not everything is on his shoulders. The supporting cast has to step up.
And the only Paladins wearing sleeves, the specialist, the kicker, and the punter. They got to stay warm too. No rotation on that punt. And it's going to be solid field position for Clifton McDowell and the Montana offense. McDowell ran wild in the first half. 7 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown, and a milestone. McDowell now with 694 rushing yards, the most in a single season by a Montana quarterback.
Hats off to him. Great job becoming that dual threat quarterback. I thought he played great in the first half. Not even close to throwing an interception. And once he realized he was going to be dangerous as a runner, he took advantage of it with some big runs.
Gilman and Osmo in the backfield, and that is Eli Gilman. A refresher on him this week. He was awarded the Jerry Rice Award and given to the top freshman in FCS football, certainly deserving. Just shy of 900 rushing yards on the season coming into this game. And that is the future of the Montana backfield, the present as well. McDowell. Great hands with the elevation by Keelan White for the first down. Keelan White with his 4th catch of the night, that for 11 yards.
Good job by White, the tallest wide receiver they have. Watch him go up and climb the ladder. Make this catch, know he's going to get hit. Squeeze the football a little bit tighter to hold on for the first down.
McDowell 9-0 as a Grizzly starter this season. Broken play, he's just going to have to chuck this to the Paladins bench. What happened there?
He wanted to take the backside slant, but a good job of getting in the passing lane by Luke Clark. Dropping there was in his vision. And at the end of the day, just get rid of the football. Don't force it, and you live to play another day.
This is a Paladins defense among the best in all categories. Came into this with 36 sacks by 14 different players. They've brought down McDowell only once, did not have a sack, and their 2nd round win against Chattanooga last week. McDowell, slippery, dangerous. Callie Chiswick is there to bring him down. That will set up a 3rd and manageable.
And that's been sort of the problem for this defense. They played great, but they're there at the initial point of contact where they should be, but they don't bring them down. This is a missed tackle. You got right there. You come in unblocked. Braden Gilby, who's their engine, missed that tackle behind the line of scrimmage and allowed McDowell to pick up positive yards.
And Journey Grimsrud, right guard there to pave the way for Clifton McDowell, senior from Spring, Texas. Out of rhythm there, not on the same page with Eric Fonts.
Debated him there. That was a good job by Braden Gilby. Acted like he was going to blitz the quarterback, but as soon as the ball was snapped, dropped and looked for the wide receiver underneath. That's one of the few times we've seen McDowell get tricked by this defense. Good play by Braden Gilby, number 43.
We see Montana this season pretty aggressive on 4th and short situations like this, but with all the ramifications, they're not messing around. They are playing a field possession game here against Furman. Travis Benham to punt. Low snap. Benham handles it. Fair catch made at the 5-yard line. Great punt. Paladins will have 95 yards to go. Down by 6 here in Missoula. The streets of Missoula, Montana, pretty quiet on this Friday night. Why? Because everybody is here at Washington-Grizzly Stadium, where the Grizz are 14-2 in night games since 2011. There's Jacob Johanning, 5th-year senior right guard for the Paladins. He is getting some NFL looks. The comparison that his head coach, Clay Hendricks, keeps hearing is Jason Kelsey, as there's Tyler Huff running to the left side. So it's the FCS level, but there are guys on this level that are going to get looks, Jim.
Absolutely. If you're good enough, they'll find you. And if you have a guy that's as versatile as he is, that can go from guard to center, play all the positions on the line, and also impressive 3.8 GPA, and he's a freak athlete, to use the coach's words. That'll get you a number of looks.
2nd and short. The slant incomplete to Kendall Dean. No flag. Let's check in with Ashley.
Hey guys, well, let's talk about quarterback Tyler Huff. He is a commissioned 2nd lieutenant in the U.S. Army Reserves. He just won the 2023 Armed Forces Merit Award, and a day after the national championship this year, Tyler will be leaving for 6 months of training in Arizona. I said, well, why the military? Where did your love of this come from? He said, well, both of my grandfathers served for our country. I was brought up with a military mindset.
That is awesome. Here is Robinson flagged down as he tried to run behind Johanning on the right side. Sort this out.
Full start. Offense. Not everybody was set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Love that when it's everybody.
Not everybody said. You gotta go back to that story that Ashley was talking about. I love that fact about Tyler Huff and the fact that they say he's so well respected on and off the field. Knowing he's got that background in the military, you see why they've had tremendous success.
The Grizzlies got their fan base back. Quick trip to the parking lot. Ready to be loud. 3rd and 6. Pressure up the middle. Huff running for his life. Huff staying up. Sideline throw. Nearly picked off. And looking for an offensive PI is Corbin Walker, first team All Big Sky corner, was stating his case.
Yeah, this is just a poor pickup. You see Roberto there, so they've got him in there for some pass protection, a little bit better than Grant Robinson, trying to outrun the governor, Alex Governor, able to give chase, not allow him to set up, and this is the end of that play. That's just like a defensive back. He's lucky he didn't get called for holding, but yet he wants a pass interference call. Corbin Walker.
Tough place to punt if you're Ryan Levy. Another shank. Levy is struggling. That's going to come to a rest at the 42-yard line. Great field position for the Grizzlies. Kick off your Week 14 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown crew on ESPN and the ESPN app. You'll have all the early breaking stories, injury updates, and previews of each game right up to kickoff. And on Sunday, we will know the two semifinal matchups. Winners of those will go to Frisco to play for the FCS national title. Winner of this game faces the winner of South Dakota and North Dakota State. The other three quarterfinals all played tomorrow. McDowell continues to work it on the ground for 2 yards. Jay, this has that feeling that Furman is just holding on, trying to resist strong counter here from Montana.
Especially just trying to make sure they don't fall down by more than a score. Right now, they're still within striking distance, but you don't want to fall behind by 2 scores.
McDowell
finally got
down. And there's Evan DiMaggio with the sack. Number 38 on the season by the Paladins defense.
And you almost felt like McDowell was going to spin himself out of this, but because of this defense, and they're so disciplined, first guy misses, here comes the second guy there. Good job of dialing up a safety blitz. As that was Chizik coming in there, number 24 on the initial blitz, and then followed up by DiMaggio.
Got the son of Gene Chizik and the great nephew of Joe DiMaggio. Not a bad combination there. 3rd and 15. Clifton McDowell. Gobbled up. Nothing doing there as that's Sarad Cook stout in the interior for the Paladins. So that is as good of a response as you could have hoped for after the short field and the shake punt.
And that was a spark. I saw signs of life from this Furman sideline. When they got that stop, they were like, oh, let's go. So they still got some fight left in them. Now it's time for the offense to get going.
Benham has been busy. Harris will let this one go. Did it break the plane? Where's this spot? The Grizzlies breaks the plane for the touchback. They made it awfully close, but the ball broke the plane in the end zone. It's going to be Furman football at the 20-yard line. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, well, the rule in college is it's the ball, not the person. So if the ball ever crosses the line, that's a touchback.
This is the first matchup between Montana and Furman since the 2001 national title game in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The Grizzlies brought home the second national title in program history. Low-scoring game, 13-6 win. Joe Glenn, the head coach of the Grizzlies. Bobby Johnson, his last game as a head coach of the Paladins before leaving for Vanderbilt. Get this, the quarterback for Furman in that game, current Florida head coach, Billy Napier. Both these teams believing they got what it takes, just got to get past each other. Roberto is back, apparently feeling a little more spry than the first half. Check that was Wayne Anderson with the carry.
That's who you're going to need to step up.
Yeah.
It's that next man up mentality. So they've had some trouble with the pass protection from the running back position. I think running the ball is going to be one thing, but how are they going to do in pass protection?
Tyler Hoff batted down, and there's the big fella, Alex Governor. His head coach says he kind of looks like the chubby kid. But then you see him run, and you realize That dude's an athlete.
He's an athlete, and I need you to correct his title. That is the Defensive Player of the Year, Alex Gubner, making another impact in this game.
And for the record, I didn't say he was the chubby kid. His head coach, Bobby Hauck, said that. 3rd and 7. Huff taking a shot. He's got a man. Harris overthrows Joshua Harris. Ronald Jackson was trying to keep up.
Just missed on the end of this one, but started off with great protection in the line. Ball thrown just a little bit inside, forcing him to come and make an adjustment, but that close to making a big play.
So is this rust not throwing for 3 weeks before coming back last week? Is this the Montana defense? Is it the weather?
It's cold. On the deep balls there, that was a weather-affected throw.
Levy with the punt. This hangs up. It's going to take a Paladin-friendly bounce. I'll let that one go a little farther. So Grizzly, once again, great field position here in the second half. We're in a stalemate, though. It's a 6-point lead for the Grizz.
He hits his mark center stage and is crushed by a baby grand piano.
You're replacing me?
Customize and save with Liberty Bibbity.
He doesn't even have a mustache. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tyson boneless buffalo bites and hot wings have that tasty kick of flavor, so they're perfect for any get-together. If there are any left when your guests arrive. Tyson Anytizers Chicken. More kicks of flavor, more smiling snackers, more to love. Tyson.
First night of the FCS quarterfinals on ESPN. We're in Missoula, Montana, where the Grizz, the number 2 national seed, holding on to a 20-14 lead over the 7th seed Furman. The Paladins were the number 2 ranked team in the FCS right up until they lost to Wofford in the regular season finale. Clifton McDowell has become the all-time leading rusher by a quarterback in a single season in Montana history. He is the offense right now for the Grizz. They've not scored a touchdown since the 3rd drive of the game. The Paladins defense refuses to break. Xavier Stevens with the stop.
Let's remind everybody, this is nothing new for Furman. They came in one of the best rush defenses in the country, only allowing 92 yards per game on the ground, so they've been as good as advertised. I think to combat that, what you do, you change it up. You say, you know what, our running attack's going to be Clifton Powell. Drop him back to pass. If you see something you don't like, take off and run. Just pick up those short yardage runs.
McDowell right side is going to be picked. Game changer. Michael Robinson, the spin to the 20. Brought down, and that is Furman defense at its finest. They lead the nation in turnover margin. Case in point.
A simple 4-man rush, just miscommunication between the wide receiver and the quarterback. And if you're Montana, you're lucky that this was not returned for a touchdown. But as you'll see at the top of your screen, he's just sitting there and waiting. It's supposed to be a little stutter go. But the receiver runs. A good job of Robinson holding on, making the interception.
Furman defense
the crown
comes up with its 27th takeaway this season. 27th time to wear the crown. Tyler Huff tries to respond, going right side, and a fine open field tackle made by Ryder Meyer.
I like the idea of putting the ball in Huff's hands, but he's going to have to make some throws. You know, when you look at Furman, they throw the ball pretty well. He's going to have to make some throws from the pocket to put some points on the board.
Grizzlies defense is trying to bow up. Huff was thinking about throwing. RPO breaks down. Huff the wheels to the right side, and he's inside the 10-yard line. First down, Paladins.
Wow, good job here. You know, I thought the quick slant was there, but maybe he couldn't see it too close to the line of scrimmage, but makes a quick decision, turns on the jets, and gets the first down for Furman.
A lot of changes made by both sides here. First and goal. Grant Robinson to Tyler Huff's right. 2 tight ends. Little pitch. Trying to get the edge is Anderson. Anderson pile driving his way to the 1-yard line.
How about that? Respect for the Montana defense. You run a jet sweep on the edge. That's a high-risk play right there because it could be easily stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but great effort.
Same personnel package that Furman used to pound in their first touchdown. It's Dominique Roberto at running back, and the defensive lineman Jack Barton, 93, and Jeremiah Jackson, number 0, in as well. Huff gives Roberto in zone. Paladins have tied it up.
Good teams are going to make you pay, but when they got the interception, that gave them some more life. They weren't settling for a field goal try. Getting the big fella in there, getting all 230 pounds going north and south into the end zone.
And you know what Bobby Boucher would say? Ciao, Roberto. Extra point is good, and Furman has taken the lead. All set up by the takeaway. Micah Robinson, the pass from McDowell right into his mitts.
Yeah, he made the catch and he caught the ball on the 50 and was able to return this ball to get the extra yards because yards have been tough to come by in this game, and did enough to give the offense in a position to do it. And what do they do there, Furman?
Crown them.
Crown them. You're a knight. In shining armor right now as Furman takes their first lead in this ballgame, isn't it?
So Paladins with a 1-point lead. This game was bonkers off the stretch, with the opening kick return for a touchdown. The immediate response by Furman with a 70-yard pass from Huff to Hinton. Roberto with his first touchdown. It kept going back and forth, and then we slowed down. And it's been waiting for a moment. Micah Robinson produced the moment. Roberto pounded it in. Paladins with a 1-point lead. Be a great time for the Grizz to get another return from Bergen, but instead they'll take over at the 25. Next week we'll have 2 Monday Night Football games at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. The AFC leading Dolphins host the Titans on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And on ABC, the Packers take on the Giants. Peyton and Eli are on ESPN2, breaking down both games with limited commercial interruptions. Everything is also on ESPN+. All right, Jay, where do the Grizzlies go offensively? They're not running the football, and McDowell is just throwing a pick.
Yeah, you still have to trust McDowell. He played great in the first half. Hope he has a short memory. I would rely on him to do my runs.
McDowell to an open man, Fonts. Fonts full head of steam. First down.
If you have time, McDowell's shown that he knows how to find the weakness in the defense when he's got time. And see right there, they're playing a little zone coverage. Able to settle, but it all starts with the protection up front from the big fellas.
Osmo motions out. No chance. Another stop in the backfield by Saron Cook. He's cooking.
What a play. One of the few guys that they went to the portal to get. And you see him make a nice little sidestep. Makes the tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Transfer from Wingate, who's already got a degree in accounting, working on a master's.
7th year of college football. Have some fun, Saron Cook. 2nd and long. McDowell, the screen, open man. Fonts with speed to the 50. Braden Gilby brings him down, but move the chains for Aaron Fonts.
If they're packing everything in so tight to stop the run, then you have to be able to get to the perimeter. And a nice little wide receiver bubble screen with a great block from the tight end. Evan Schaefer springs him loose. Big play.
Osmo on the ground. Nothing there. Callie Chiswick with the stop. Now a huge storyline coming into this game. We pumped up Eli Gilman, the National Freshman of the Year. He's got 6 carries for no yards. Paladins rushing defense, number 3 in the FCS. They've been in lockdown mode. Osmo with the carry, he's going to toss it back. Little flea flicker action. McDowell's going to run. He's got an open right side and gets past Evan DiMaggio for the first down.
Oh, good job here. We talked about how smart these kids are to play for Furman assignment football. Well, just when you think you've got them fooled, there's somebody on the spot to let you know, no, you might have tricked one of us, but not enough of us. DiMaggio did a good job of staying home.
And that is Braden Gilby, defensive leader for the Paladins, down.
You just kind of got the feeling that he deserves to take a little bit of a break as hard as he plays every play.
He's also a record setter. Jay, this is his 60th game, the most in Furman history. That's the type of era, though, we are at in college football, where we are seeing players in game number 60.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is the last year of the COVID kids. So those people that got the COVID year took advantage of it. That's the time that we were. And now you see college football to now, kids are much older, more seasoned.
Tense moments there for Coach Hauck, trying to lead his alma mater to the semifinals for the first time since 2011. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. McDowell, this is the bread and butter. Tough to the right side. Solid gain on first down.
And that play call, they're going right after Dan Sienna, number 58, who came in to replace Gilby. Trying to do a little quarterback run, see if he can take advantage of that one there. And you've got to step up right now. You know, this is all season long. If you're Sienna, you're a fifth-year senior. Do not allow it to be a letdown when Gilby leaves the game.
Grizzlies winning their last 5 by an average of 30 points per game. This is a dogfight. Osmo still churning. That dude is tough.
Look at where the initial contact is. The initial contact is about a yard off the line of scrimmage, but look at him keep going, turning, picking up 5 yards.
Osmo will stay in. He's got the carry and brought down immediately. This Paladins defense ain't playing around. DiMaggio give him another TFL.
What it is, they're hyping themselves up by stopping the run. Every time they stop the run, they get so excited and pumped up. And on 3rd and 2, able to knock them back a yard, force a field goal attempt.
Last time out for Nick Ramos, he missed his first field goal of the season. Paladins timed their jump perfectly from 42 yards. This was the same distance as the last attempt. It was well short. Ramos
short.
Doesn't have enough. No. That one seems to me that if it's not Furman playing defense, the Grizzlies go for that all day.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. This defense, anytime you can force them and hold them to field goal attempts, inspires the offense.
So what is on the line? A trip to the semifinals. This action, the bottom half of the bracket. On the 3 quarterfinals tomorrow, winner here will take on the winner between South Dakota and North Dakota State. If Montana wins, semifinals here. If Furman wins, there's a chance it goes to Greenville, South Carolina. Nothing doing there for Wayne Anderson. Hayden Harris right at the line with the stop.
And now, A little bit of pressure on this Montana defense now because you're playing from behind. You don't want Furman to have the opportunity to extend on their lead. So it's gut check time for the Grizzlies.
Off behind Anderson. Grizzlies defense. Nasty. Short gain.
Both teams playing run defense as good as they are. You got to throw the football. This is what we said earlier. Tyler Huff is going to need to make some plays from the pocket with his arm.
These teams are so similar. Experience, toughness. And they've executed at a high level all season long. Dominic Roberto in the game on 3rd and 7. Huff with the keep. Huff trying to slither his way through. A good effort there, but it's going to be a couple of yards shy. Husted made the stop. Here's 4th down.
With the lead, trying to win the battle of field position. Tough thing to think about for Furman. Their punt game really has not been that good. Punter's not gotten into one yet. We wonder if the elements are affecting him. Now would be a good time for him to let one go, but also be careful because dangerous return man in Junior Bergen. Back to take the punt.
9th punt for Levy. Line drive. Bergen will have a shot. Bergen to the 35-yard line. Take a moment to catch his breath. Grizzlies need him. They need all the offensive help they can get. You can say the same thing for Furman. This has been a battle of two strong-willed teams that don't know each other. That's the thing. You get so comfortable to playing your conference teams, especially regional opponents in the first rounds, and now a team that you don't know. First matchup since 2001 in the national championship game. Clifton McDowell, his first season to really get the shot to be the guy at a D1 level. To the freshman of the year, Hillman, and the ankle tackle is made. Hook, line, and sinker right there from Xavier Stevens.
Wow, you know what you feel right now? These boys from Furman came in here thinking they could win this football game. Everybody said they were going to get blown away, but no.
They thought the cold would be too much. The crowd would be too much. Furman says, not so fast. 4th quarter with the trip to the semifinals on the line. Here's Ashley with Bobby Hauck.
Coach, you told me at the half you just simply needed your guys to finish drives and play better. What's the key in this 4th quarter to getting that offensive unit going?
Well, I don't want to be redundant. That's what we need to do. You know, we get down there, we've missed 2 field goals, which we can't do. The interception was inopportune, certainly, and that's why we're behind. But we need to go play, execute the plays, and keep going on defense. We're stopping them.
All right, Coach, thanks.
All right, go Grizzlies.
Grizzlies have not found the end zone since their 3rd drive of the game. That came in the 1st quarter. Just 2 field goals since then. And an interception by McDowell. Bergen, it looked like he was open, Jay.
I would take some targets towards him. I mean, he's been the difference maker for them. But when you quiet him down, then the offense kind of goes quiet. So you feel like Montana has the advantage with the speed, but I can't say enough about this Furman defense.
Especially because they have had awful field position to deal with. Montana was able to flip the field early in this second half. A couple of shank punts, but Montana could not do anything with them. And then the interception by Michael Robinson to set up the touchdown.
Look at all those white jerseys in
feeling
pursuit.
the pressure, heaves it up out of bounds. But DiMaggio has been so active, and he was in Clifton McDowell's grill.
Imagine this. I mean, you're Clifton McDowell. You're looking, and then all of a sudden, you're like, where are my blockers? He has a wall, a wave of Furman defenders in his face. What else can he do? He had to throw the ball away. Very impressive stop by this defense.
Punt is off. Joshua Harris going to the right side, and he is hit immediately at the 27-yard line. So you're talking about the best from the Southern Conference that got the dudes to back it up. Huff, the top offensive player. Joe Hanning, the right guard, the top offensive lineman. Carson Jones, the freshman of the year. Keep in mind, Huff was out for basically the final 3 games of the season. Jones lit it up in those final 3. And then the Furman man, Clay Hendricks, coach of the year. There's been 39 playoff games coming into this in the history of Paladins football. Clay Hendricks has been involved in 36 of them as a coach or player. Huff, pop pass. He had the tight end, and that opportunity was erased. Mason Pline with the catch. Garrett Graves, the tackle.
Clay Hendricks is going to have to dig deep into his bag of tricks with all that postseason experience if he wants to get to game number 41 if they were to win this one. But wow, what a fight we've got. 2 teams that are rich in postseason tradition going toe-to-toe.
Exchanging the best shots each defense can give. There's another one. Nothing is easy in this game, Jay. You can only imagine it's going to be a tough tomorrow for Grant Robinson and these running backs.
And every defensive coordinator goes in there with their game plan to make the other team one-dimensional. And both teams have accomplished that. They're making them, the only yards they're giving up have been on pass plays. Nothing running the football. That's great defense.
One of the best scenes in college football. 3rd down inside Washington-Grizzly Stadium. Movement on the right side. And that's on Jacob Johanning, the SoCon Offensive Lineman of the Year.
Oh, they had him. Montana was going with that aggressive blitz again, where they were going to leave the middle of the field wide open. Furman's got trips formation, a tight end, and a running back in the backfield for protection. That could have been a big play for Furman if they didn't.
That's the look that they gave when Huff found Hinton for 70 yards. Here's Huff on a 3rd and long. Flag down. Huff lets it fly into double coverage. And a flag down on both ends of the field.
We have multiple fouls on the play by each team. Holding. Offense, number 55. Pass interference. Defense, number 2. Those penalties will offset. 3rd down.
Let's do it again. One on Johanning, one on Jackson.
And you just have to protect. I mean, right now you've got to protect the quarterback. And Tyler Huff, this is your time to shine right now. 3rd and 8. Need to pick up something on 3rd down here.
Alex Kubner, Big Sky Defensive Player of the Year, the disruptive force in the middle of the Grizzlies D-line. Quick pass on the screen. It's going to be short of the 1st down. Luke Shiflett with the catch, not enough.
And I'm not a big fan of taking the ball out of my offensive player of the year in the Southern Conference. And when you call a little bubble screen, you're taking the ball out the quarterback's hands pretty much. So a little surprised by that call. I don't think Huff was too pleased with it either.
Is it junior Bergen time? Return the opening kickoff 99 yards for a touchdown. Sent this place in a frenzy. As Wyatt Hughes, starting center for Furman, is down. Grizzlies need a spark. Their offense is stalled, resorting to long field goal attempts where the Grizzlies are 2 for 4. They need the offense to find the end zone, but just getting the red zone is so tough against this Paladins defense. Grizzlies have been in the red zone twice in this game. That is quite the achievement considering Paladins have only allowed 23 red zone trips all season. 4th and 2.
If he hits a low line drive punt, Bergen is going to hurt him this time.
Bergen inside the 20 wants the return. Patience to the left side and the sideline to about the 40-yard line. Still leaves a lot of green to traverse for this Montana Grizzly offense, trailing by 1 in the FCS quarterfinals. Welcome back to Missoula, Montana. Look at the Big Sky Awards. McDowell, Newcomer of the Year. Governor, Top Defensive Player. Gilman, also the National Freshman of the Year. Once again, Hauck, the Coach of the Year. Two coaches at their alma maters battling for a spot in the FCS semifinals. Lowell Galindo here with Jay Walker. The Grizzlies have not scored in the second half. They'll start at the 39. Play action, McDowell with all sorts of time. Nobody home. He overthrows Aaron Fonts.
What I see when I see all those postseason awards, I mean, both teams have a lot of star power. Stars need to step up when the spotlight is the brightest. Who's going to step up and make that play when you need it right now? You find yourselves against two pretty evenly matched teams that is playing out. You need somebody to step up and say, I'm going to make that play. I'm going to be that guy.
Can feel the tense moments in the air here in Missoula. Swing pass, Osmo. So tough, slips a tackle. Will be forced out at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they like doing that, getting their running backs in space or on linebackers one-on-one, and a good job making Travis Blackshear miss the initial tackle, pick up some yardage and set up third and short.
Grizzlies only 4 of 14 against a Furman defense, holding opponents to 24% on the money down the last 5 games. McDowell looked like he could have scrambled, and it's dropped by Aaron Fonts.
Wow. I mean, the ability, good job here. Once he realized the spy comes up to him, you see that one, then you decide to throw that. Fonts has to make that catch. Big drop pass.
Gilby had his eyes on him. He was the one spying him from the jump. So 4th and 3. Grizzlies come out in the pump formation. Long punt over the head of Harris. Will it check up? It does!
Huge.
'56-yard punt by Travis Benham. Is that the play that sparks the Grizzlies faithful? Racing them right here in Missoula, Montana. Grizzlies down by 1 here in the 4th quarter. Tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, ESPN Films presents the Great Heisman Race in 1997. Film goes back a quarter century to chronicle a season that fans will never forget. This is a moment that Washington-Grizzly Stadium has been waiting for. A trip to the FCS semifinals on the line. And Furman backed up. Up from the end zone to Harris. DB falls down and it's overthrown. He broke free from Corbin Walker. Walker again was lobbying for an offensive PI.
Yeah, it looked like they just got tangled up, but I like the job that Huff did. Put a lot of air on this ball. Let's take a look there and see it. That can be a penalty. You're not allowed to make contact with a wide receiver down the field like that. He's gotten away with it a couple of times.
Playing it safer here to Grant Robinson. There is no room to hide for Braxton Hill. We asked the defensive coordinator, Ronnie Bradford, if you had to pick one dude from your defense to be cast in the TV series Yellowstone, who would it be? He said Braxton Hill, no-brainer.
Braxton Hill looking like Rip from Yellowstone on that big hit right there. Way to play the position. That was a hard football play.
Coach Hauck says the show has made it cool to be from Montana. And a stone-cold stop by Hayden Harris. So the punt is critical here, Jay, because Ryan Levy has really struggled.
He has struggled and kind of tend to try to overkick it when you've got a dangerous return man like Montana has with Junior Bergen. But right now, I'm not going to just put it on the punter. Expect him to do his job, but more importantly, the special teams for Furman need to make sure they get the ball carrier down.
3 straight 3-and-outs for the Paladins. They still hold a 1-point lead. That's a good punt. Backing up Bergen to his own 40. Looking for daylight. He finds it! Will he do it again? Junior Bergen has!
Well, I tried to warn him, didn't I?
You did.
I told him, hey, the punter's going to do his job. Make sure you get the ball carrier down. And Bergen has had a tremendous impact on this game.
Well, we know this. The junior from Billings, Montana, has made himself a legend in Missoula. 2-point conversion attempt. McDowell looking left side, back shoulder perfection. Sawyer Racanelli. Jay, this is what postseason football is about. Making a moment, making a legacy. Junior Bergen has done that. A kick return and a punt return for a touchdown.
With the star power, when you've got star power, the stars have to show up and make plays. And for Montana, it's been the Junior Bergen show today. Everything he's been able to do. They know they've got wall left set up, but this is a good job not doing the block in the back right there. Good job putting your hands up, and the rest is Junior turning on the speed and the jets. Poor angles by the special teams unit, the punt team. They make him pay for it.
He's not cold, Jay. He feels nothing right now.
And what's it say about Montana football? I mean, he's from Billings, Montana, and he's got wheels like that, and he's rolling out. He's playing hard. You would think he was one of those Florida guys they bring in from Texas, but the home state kid, as they say, putting on for a state.
I mean, this is a legendary performance. Paladins will try to respond. It's Colton hit hard. Doesn't make it back to the 25-yard line. We are in the quarterfinal round of the FCS playoffs. We'll wrap tomorrow with 3 more games on the ESPN networks. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your official online home for all 9 NCAA championships. Jay, the bar has been set, and it's been set awfully high. I don't know how those other 3 sites are going to respond and follow this up. It's been electric since the opening kick. 9 minutes, 33 seconds, separating one of these teams from its destiny, the semifinals. Tyler Huff to throw on first down, and it's through the hands of Nick Cannon.
What do? I mean, you're one-dimensional as well because you can't run the ball. That's why we talked about the stars stepping up, and it's time for the Southern Conference Offensive Player of the Year. A lot of pressure on Tyler Huff, but they always say he's built for it. He's the leader.
Anderson tries to cut it back. And Braxton Hill refuses to let him do that. Talk about Montana toughness. Braxton Hill from Anaconda. Population 9,421. You don't think this means the world to that guy? You're crazy. Third and 8. Off, looking for Harris. This could be a PI, and it is. Corbin Walker again throws a hands up, says, who, me? All day right there, Jay. Huge play.
Yeah, putting the cornerbacks on an island.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Montana brought a free safety blitz from 15 yards deep. Couldn't get there in time. Huff recognized anytime you get that much blitzing coming from a safety, it's got to be man-to-man coverage outside, put the ball in the air, and allow your receiver to try and make a play. And in this case, they were able to induce a foul.
Second time Montana has been burned on an aggressive blitz on third down.
And you got them backed up, so you kind of wonder why. They were backed up in the battlefield position, third and long, but the flag bailed them out.
Huff to Kendall Dean. Kendall Dean, tough spot to be in. Surrounded by black jerseys.
Great job by number 54. You see there, Tyler Flink chased that down from his middle linebacker position. Looked like they had a pretty good play set up with a cutback lane, but the senior from Missoula, right here in Missoula, Montana, wasn't having it.
Talk about brotherhood. He's grown up playing with number 37, Levi Janicaro. Off. Rattle ball is out, but Furman falls on it. Henry Noose, in his first game of the season, swings around to knock the football out. He tore his pec on the second day of practice. That's one way to make your season debut. 3rd and 7. Mayan Hicks, the tailback. Hoff following the blockers. Decision time here because it's going to be 4th down. Is this an automatic go-for-it situation?
I actually think this is the time where battle of field position. You've got time left in this game. You need to try and change the tide and pin them back. But obviously, Coach Hendricks feeling something different.
Huff. It's going to be close. Initial spot looks short, but the close sideline says first down. Wow. Wow, that is a friendly spot.
Oh.
Coach Hauck is saying, how can you do that?
And they're moving the chains, and the line judge was pretty adamant on it. Had to get to the 49-yard line. Let's see.
Can't tell from that angle. Huff will get to the line quickly and go. Hinton in motion. Huff, backside pressure. He didn't see it. Rocking his world was Corbin Walker. The definition of blindside, Jay.
Absolutely. Corbin Walker plays cornerback, so coming off that short field, gets there and you're lucky. Just 1 second longer, he held on that football. That would have been a fumble. But they like to bring that pressure. Defensive coordinator Ronnie Bradford has shown he'll bring a free safety, a cornerback, anybody to try and get to the quarterback.
Robinson with the carry. Not going to break free from Riley Wilson.
be careful how aggressive I would go with my play calling. Punting the ball away is not the worst thing that can happen to you in this situation. You have to try to avoid the turnover.
Last third and long, Furman got a PI to bail him out. Huff to Harris, nearly picked off by Corbin Walker.
Should have been picked off by Corbin Walker. Bad place to go with the football. And that's what I was saying. Think about it. Not bad, punt the ball away. That interception there would have been really costly. But Walker did a good job making a break on this throw. He's coming forward and around.
Corbin Walker's had a busy night. Third PBU for him this evening. Speaking of busy nights, Levy and Bergen won't look for an encore. We'll say we'll take this at the 20-yard line. We'll try to go tick, tick, tick with 5:19 separating Montana from their first trip to the semifinals since 2011.
The FCS Football Championship is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
We asked Montana head coach Bobby Hauck, what does this game mean? He said, well, it's simple. It means that playing in this game tonight, we get to stay together and keep that bond and brotherhood alive. So much on the line for both these teams. 5:19 separating one program from the FCS semifinals. And the Paladins defense, no quit in sight. Jack Barton for the TFL.
And the defense still continues just to win the battles at the line, and running has been non-existent. Clifton McDowell's going to have to make a couple more plays to try and secure this victory for the Grizz.
Conventional wisdom, when you're trying to chew that clock, is to run the football. That's been the problem. The run game by both teams' running backs has been non-existent. There's only been Huff and McDowell. Here's McDowell. McDowell tries to stay upright. A lot of purple and white on him. So now on a 3rd and long, what's the play here? The last thing you want is a turnover.
Yeah, but you have to throw for it. You want to keep the football. You want to keep control of the football. And I think, you have to trust your quarterback, McDowell. You know you're not going to be able to run for this, so throw the football, and that's why your quarterback needs to make a couple plays. He's going to need to make a couple throws or either break a big run.
Taking all that time off the play clock. Under 10 seconds. The Grizzlies 0 for 5 on 3rd down in the second half. Run all day by McDowell. And McDowell will be tracked down by Jack Barton. It's going to force a punt. So still a lot of time for the Paladins here to tie the game.
And if they get a decent return, it'll probably be their best field position to start in this second half, besides when they got the interception. So the drama continues here in Missoula.
Grizz still have not scored an offensive touchdown since the 3rd possession of the game. That was that 40-yard touchdown by Clifton McDowell. Huge punt here. This has to be clean for the Grizzlies. And it is. Solid field position for the Paladins with 2:53 left. The issue has been moving the football. They're about to get really rowdy here in Missoula. Montana Grizzlies up on Furman 28-21. If you're watching this game, you may be seeing Junior Bergen for the first time and wondering, is he from this planet? Yes, he is. It's just his dude is from Billings, Montana. Built different there, Jay.
Oh, absolutely. The home state kid doing a great job. Started off with the opening kickoff, giving them the lead. And when they were trailing by 1 late, this fantastic punt return to give them the lead. That's where we stand right now. Well done, Junior Bergen.
4th punt return for a touchdown in his career. That's a Grizz record. All right, Tyler Huff, what are you made of? 2:53 left to tie the game. Huff, clean pocket, as clean as it's been all night. There's the big tight end, Mason Pline. And just like that, Paladins in Grizz country.
One of the keys, it's 4-down territory, obviously, if you're Furman. What you have to know as a quarterback is one thing you cannot afford to have happen is take a sack. Throw the ball away, incomplete pass. You can do that, but you cannot even come close to taking a sack.
Montana's been aggressive defensively all night. Do they keep that up? That ball is tipped. And we'll set up a 2nd and 10.
Just trying to throw the ball short. Really good job by the defensive lineman. It's Hayden Harris, number 48. If you can't get to the quarterback, leave your feet, get in the passing lane. You know at some point, though, Lo, as you're saying, Ronnie Bradford's going to bring pressure. He's going to bring blitz. Will Furman be ready for it?
Off looking right side. Open man. DB falls down, incomplete. No flags. That had game-breaking potential written all over it. Looking for Mason Pline.
And ball just sailed on him a little bit. Threw it out of bounds and not allowing Pline an opportunity to make a play.
Jay, you ready for 3rd down? I know these fans are. Off. Broken up. Ryder Meyer. Is that one? It was intended for Mason Pline. Gotta go here on 4th down.
Absolutely. They blitzed the 2 linebackers from the inside, trying to find the one-on-one matchup. Great defensive play.
Off pressured, hit as he throws, picked off! Trajan Cotton!
Blitz was coming. Confusion. They got a free release linebacker to force Huff to get rid of the ball early. As you see, Tyler Flink was in his face. Just a great play by Cotton.
2nd interception of the season for Cotton in his 30th career start. The team captain coming through in the clutch. 2:03 left. Osmo trying to put the finishing touches on this one, powering his way forward. The Grizzlies want to keep the band together and come back and play here next weekend.
Yeah, look at the line of scrimmage, just trying to cause confusion to get a free release runner. They did and forced Huff to throw the ball early. Came up with the big play.
And as we said, just wondering, when would Montana time the pressure? When would they bring it? And with everything on the line, 4th and long, Ronnie Bradford, the man that used to coach the secondary in his first 2 seasons with the Grizzlies, dials up a perfect look to set up one of his DBs, Cotton, for the interception. So Furman calls their first timeout. They got 2 left. This game is far from over, folks. Grizzlies have to move the chains. Play action. McDowell tries to slip out of the backfield. Will not happen. No quit here. As DiMaggio makes the stop and a quick timeout for the Paladins.
This is interesting. They're going to get the ball back with a decent amount of time if they can make a stop here on 3rd down. And I will tell you, a minute 30 in college football is an eternity to run your 2-minute offense. This is not like the NFL. You can run the whole playbook with a minute 30.
Paladins trying to make the semifinals for the first time since 2005. They've got one national title in program history back in '88. The Grizz trying to get there for the first time since 2011. Their national title, second one, came back in 2001, which is the last time that Furman and Montana met on the gridiron. What a scene here in Missoula, Montana. These fans love their football. They love the Grizz. 3rd and 7. Paladins need a stop and a timeout. Empty for McDowell. McDowell, can he get the corner? No. Brought down by DiMaggio. There's the final timeout for Furman. And Jay, there is infinite possibilities remaining in this game.
Oh, it's still not over with. You almost thought he was going to be able to get to the edge, but great pursuit from DiMaggio. And these guys will not go away.
Did Montana switch up what they were doing on the last 2 drives, especially on the early downs?
Yeah, they had to eat the clock a little bit. So, they wanted to run the football. Running the football against a team that just does not give up rushing yards. It's a tough task. They tried to put it in McDowell's hands to make a couple plays, not able to do so.
What's the approach here for Furman? You don't want a roughing ball. You want the football back, but they have not moved the football well in the second half. Benham, low snap, gets the punt off, end over end, a good bounce. Harris scoops it up, doesn't get much, that could be 15, and it is, cannot have it. That was not even close.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds. Kicking team, number 43. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Automatic first down.
That's on the long snapper, Grayson Peibel.
You'll see, clearly, easy call right there. And what a great job that was by Joshua Harris to field that punt. If that ball would have rolled and got by him, it would have pinned them back. But now, Furman's back in business.
97 seconds left, no timeouts for the Paladins. Off. Last pass was picked off. Klein hit inbounds, clock will run, that is huge. Ryder Meyer with the stop. Quick pass to the sideline. Klein gets out of bounds. Clock will stop.
With over a minute left, you still have time to look at the short stuff. You can try to frustrate the defense by nickel and diming them, taking some short throws, and then try to sneak a long shot.
Paladins, one of the oldest teams, most experienced teams in the FCS. It's an old team with a unique bond. Coaching staff says they play because they do not want to let each other down. First down for Hauck. Back to Klein, the 6'7" tight end. Is helping engineer what could be a game-tying drive. 1 minute left. Off. Sideline over. The outstretched arms of Nick Cannon. Clock will stop, an opportunity to reset here on a 3rd and 4.
What you have to be careful for, they want to bring some pressure. At some point, is this when Montana defensive coordinator Ronnie Bradford decides to dial up something?
Huff, clean pocket, complete to Harris. Move the chains. Paladins still in business.
Get up there and clock it. Unless you've got 2 plays called right away. Looks like they do.
Huff will throw. Sideline incomplete. 42 seconds left. Klein says, I need a little bit of a break.
Yeah, that's why I'm a fan of once you get the first down, go up there and clock it. You got the whole 35 seconds to kind of get ready to regroup, get your breath.
Paladins, 28 yards away. The toughest 28 yards of the season. Tyler Huff, broken up, what a play, but a flag is down. Ryder Meyer got a hand in there. But did he get too much?
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Tell me what you see, Jay.
Close play there, outstretched arms. Does he get there? He's riding him. That's why that back official's going to call him because he can see the hand around the waist riding him. That's a good job, and that flag came from behind. You see the official in the background throwing the flag immediately when the ball was in the air. That's a good call.
And the starting strong safety for Montana goes to the bench. A couple of big PIs picked up by the Paladins on 3rd down. The Grizzlies fans, they don't agree.
Didn't think they would agree, but we saw the replay there, and that's pass interference all the time. But now,
this is what it's about. 36 seconds left. Trip to the FCS semifinals on the line. Montana and Furman. Now what they are looking for is to see if this ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, which would negate the pass interference.
If a ball is tipped, you can tackle a wide receiver, but I thought that spiral came out real clean and accurately. I don't see that, but let's take a look. This should be our best look here.
Too tough to tell.
Yeah.
The closest man there is Hayden Harris. From the 2 looks we've seen, I don't know how you can overturn it. That one looked pretty close, but it's far from conclusive.
Yeah, I mean, if that ball's going to be tipped, that ball's going to flutter a little bit. That spiral's still pretty tight. And I definitely don't say you have enough to say he absolutely tipped it or he absolutely didn't tip it. So if that's the case, you go with what you had on the field. I mean, that's a tight spiral right there. Might have just timed his jump too soon.
The longer this game goes on, the more opportunity you give to Tyler Huff to make some magic. He is the leader of this Paladins offense. Type of player that you want to build around on this level. Productivity, toughness, the calling card for the Paladins quarterback Tyler Huff. Let's set up this situation. Let's say it stays with the PI. What's the approach here for the Furman offense? Because really the only thing that's been working consistently is Huff.
I found a matchup that they can win.
What's that?
And that's Mason Klein. You know, they're tight end. When they flank him out a little bit, he's got the speed to go up and get it. At 6'7", if you get any type of one-on-one matchup, you can go for a jump ball, but he's done a good job underneath.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. The ball is not tipped.
Now for Montana, how much respect do you give Huff's legs here?
But well, you play it like you've been. He is very slippery, so you keep that spy guy on him to keep him close in the pocket. But fortunately for them, they've got Governor in the middle to be very disruptive. But if you're Montana, how aggressive do you get? When do you dial up that blitz when they like to bring pressure from their linebacker core? Leaves you vulnerable on the back end.
13 yards to go. Hauck floats it to the end zone, looking for Pline. He wanted a PI. He's not going to get it. Now, this is moving into the rowdiest section of this entire stadium.
With the double move, that's a hold. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is a hold. Missed call.
Garrett Graves had him by the waist. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Huff recognizes it, throws it to the right side, and it's off the wall. 25 seconds left.
You knew it was coming. If they force you to throw off your back leg, then you're probably going to see it again. And the disappointing thing is that's pretty good protection. I mean, the scheme had it blocked. The right guard just missed it, and Braxton Hill won the one-on-one battle.
We got a timeout. Montana.
Timeout. Montana. This is their first charge.
Grizz have 2 left. Furman has been working without a timeout for this entire drive. It's been remarkable to see how Tyler Huff has really ignited this team when Montana, quite frankly, on 2 straight drives, had an opportunity to just end this thing.
Yeah, they weren't able to do it because the defense for Furman has been their most valuable player, give them the game ball. But this timeout here, not the biggest fan. I know you want to see what they're doing, but right now you're giving Furman an opportunity to talk about strategy. Like what happens if your guy if you gain 8 yards and it's 4th and 2, you can't go up there and spike it because it'll be game over. So if I'm Clay Hendricks, I'm using this timeout to my advantage to set up a 2-play scenario, run through all the things that can happen on the field.
Let's get wild. Huff, plenty of time, looking for Harris. 4th down, and ball game coming up.
They tricked him. They showed him that blitz look they had been doing, and they dropped everybody. Only a 3-man rush. But he had kind of made up his mind where he was going before the ball snapped.
Spot in the semifinals on the line. Here comes the pressure again. Huff, hit, throws, Pline, got it! Mason Pline using all 6 feet, 7 inches. Jay, you said they found the matchup.
The size and the ability to play multiple positions. A good job by Huff just putting the ball up in the air, and look at Pline using that stretch, that reach to bring it down for the touchdown. Oh my!
No guts, no glory. Paladins going for 2 in the win. Huff swings it out to Ben Ferguson, who throws. No, but we have a flag down. It's going to be a false start on Furman. Now they're going to kick.
False start. Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, 3 attempted try for point.
Montana said, wait, can we decline that?
Yeah, I know, because they had great defense on the play there.
Wow, what a moment. Mason Pline hauls down the touchdown with 13 seconds left. Furman lines up for 2. It's a false start to now move this one back to tie the game. Here's Ian Williams. The long extra point to knot it up at 28. The kick is up, and it is good. How you doing? Tied up at 28 with 13 seconds left. Jay, I thought we had seen it all. I was wrong, my man.
FCS playoffs, Lowell. You leave it all on the line, and look at the 6'7" tight end Mason Klein go and snatch that ball out of the air. And what about that story? He was playing at Division II Ferris State. Came up a level. How did a guy that talented get overlooked?
He was a hooper, too. He was playing basketball for Ferris State.
So you saw the timing there on the leap. And let me give you the simplest coaching advice I can give any coach in America right now. You ready for it?
Don't kick it.
Do not kick it deep. Do not kick it deep.
10-play, 57-yard drive that took up 1:24. No timeouts for the Paladins to start that drive. Bergen returned the opening kick for a touchdown. He gave the Grizz the lead with a punt return for a touchdown. What happens here with 13 seconds left? It's going to be a short kick and recovered and taken down. So 12 seconds left. Montana, they're just thinking OT right now.
They're just trying to win a coin flip now. You're planning on who's going to go out there for the coin toss.
Jay.
What a game.
Mason Klein just made a statue. That's going up somewhere in Greenville, South Carolina, if the Paladins pull out this win.
What a play, but let's also give credit to Tyler Huff. The wherewithal to know, can I take a sack in this situation? I'm going down, just throw the ball in his area.
Hey, give credit to the Furman defense, because after Bergen hit on that punt return for a touchdown, as the Grizzlies are going to get aggressive here, and with 4 seconds left, you've got McDowell going out of bounds. Okay, but when the Grizzlies thought that they had a chance to wrap it up, the Paladins defense responded with 2 straight 3-and-outs.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been impressed with what I've seen. When you watch them on film, you're like, this team's just not that big. They're just a little bit overrated, might have thought that there, but they are as good as advertised. This defense flies around the ball, and you need to have this type of defense if you want to compete for a national championship, which both teams are.
Really interesting here that Montana is rolling the dice. They cannot have a turnover. McDowell on the ground. Using the legs, backside tackle is made, and now, Missoula, Montana, are you ready for overtime? What a game. Came in with lofty expectations for the rematch of the 2001 National Championship game, and Jay Walker, it has blown all expectations away. This is an all-time classic. So a coin toss to start us off here in OT. Winner will decide offense, defense, or what side of the field. Each team getting the possession on the 25-yard line in the first 2 overtimes. They must attempt a 2-point conversion after a touchdown in the second overtime. And then it will be alternating 2-point conversions starting with the 3rd overtime. Just like the OT rules that you see on the FBS level. Oh, wow. What a turn of events. Who is favored now going to overtime?
Momentum. It's all about momentum. I think coin toss is very important here because obviously Furman wants to do everything they can away from the loudest part of this stadium.
Yeah.
So you want to stay away from that side. But I keep going back to this. When we talked to Coach Clay Hendricks, we had this feeling like they weren't coming here to compete. They thought they could win. And if we ever doubted that he was just talking, when he set up to go for 2, that was telling me they were coming to win this football game.
Yeah. But the best thing that may have happened for the Paladins is that they jumped off sides because that play was blown up. We'll get the coin toss when we return. Hungry, thirsty for more football here in Missoula. crazy scene here in Missoula, Montana. This is just the last 10 minutes of regulation. Junior Bergen already had a kick return for a touchdown. How about the punt return when Montana needed a spark? They get it, they convert for 2, and makes it a 28-21 game with 9:40 left. Paladins on 4th down. Huff throws it up to Klein. That is a moment that will live forever in Paladins history.
Overtime, we will have a
Here's a
possession
coin
series
toss.
for each team. 1 timeout per team. That does not carry over. If we have to go to the second overtime period, we will do the same possession for each team at the 25-yard line, but only a 2-point try will be counted. If we go to succeeding overtimes, you still get your 1 timeout, but we do a 1-play try from the 3-yard line. Again, heads, tails. Call it. Heads is the call. It is heads. You want defense? What's not a field? All right. It'll be 1st down, Montana. Down to that end zone. Gentlemen, good luck.
Of course it's heads. Why? Because Tyler Huff said so. That's how you know you're on fire right now.
Got it going, and that was the play of the game, the one for the touchdown to tie this game up.
Furman last played in OT in 21. They beat Sanford. Montana last season against Sacramento State, they lost. This has everything that you want from playoff football. This is why the system was put in place on this level. This is how you crown and determine a real national champ. Absolutely great scene in Missoula. Great game from 2 hard-nosed, physical, veteran teams that are leaving it all out. Even the fans in the stands are leaving it all out. The shirts are off, even though temps below freezing. So Montana starts with the football. Keep in mind, they've not scored an offensive touchdown since the 3rd drive of the game. Clifton McDowell, the pitch to Eli Gilman, National Freshman of the Year. Solid start here on 1st down. They keep pushing.
There was no whistle. Run through the whistle.
That's a good start for Gilman. -3 rushing yards up until then. Same week that he is named the Jerry Rice Award winner as the top FCS freshman. 2nd and 4. Jay, can you feel the tension in this building?
Can you? Oh my goodness. Can you feel it? It's all over, and the fans are being respectful and quiet on the edge of their seats.
McDowell. Patience, cuts it back. McDowell inside the 15, move the sticks.
Good job of being patient by the quarterback, waiting for the hole to emerge, then finding daylight.
8 straight wins for the Grizz. 5 of those wins against the top 25. McDowell undefeated as a starter. And the freshman Gilman is slammed down by Siraj Cook. Let's check in with Ashley.
Atmosphere all night long, and I can tell you right now, looking around, Grizz fans, they're nervous. I literally just saw someone praying in the stands. They're sitting down, patiently waiting to see what this offense is going to do on this drive. Meanwhile, Furman players, they're on their feet, they're jumping around, and they're feeling like that momentum has shifted in their favor.
No one wants to trust the kicker in this situation. Let's just be honest. McDowell, the seam hits Keelan White. Biggest touchdown of his life. Santa likes it. And here comes Nico Ramos to make it a 7-point game. No snap. Ramos handles it. Grizz score first in overtime.
I mean, and what a throw from Clifton McDowell. You see the quick Little fake move outside, then in that tight window. Got it in there before the safety could come over to help. He just lets this thing go on the money to give Montana the early advantage in overtime. Big time throw.
Grizzlies now looking for the stop. Unable to get it at the end of regulation. Tyler Huff created the magic to Mason Klein. A moment that will not be forgotten in Paladins football history, but it will be a lot sweeter if Furman can respond here. They won't. The Governor! Alex Gubner with the stop.
There's been no running all night, and to give the advantage of running the ball, you can allow Gubner to make a play behind the line of scrimmage and make your job that much tougher. But big-time players show up when the spotlight's the brightest.
Huff sidesteps pressure, looking for Joshua Harris. Broken up. What a play by Jackson Lee.
Intercepted would have ended the football game, but Harris looked like he had an opportunity to come back and make this catch. That would have been a fantastic catch had he been able to come down with it.
Do the Grizz have two more stops? Do the Paladins have more late game magic? Somebody's got to go to the semifinals. Huff dancing. Pressured at the sticks, but dropped. Incomplete, looking for Nick Cannon. Fourth and ball game.
And there were some running lanes right up the middle. If Huff would have called his own number.
And Furman will take their timeout. Wow, Jay. Wow.
Yeah, a little bit of a flat ending offensively for Furman there. Started off with a bad play on first down. They're not able to get any yards, and you have to know in that situation it's 4 down territory. That third down play, they really should have just picked up something, 6, 7, 8 yards to make it closer.
4th and 15. Is this Mason Klein time?
If you get an opportunity, you throw the ball. If you see single coverage with him, then you almost buy some time so he can get the necessary yardage.
Coach Hauck was a little concerned what the attendance would be like on this Friday night. No reason for concern.
He owes those fans an apology, doesn't he? They came out in numbers.
Grizzlies bringing everybody. Huff hits and he throws. Broken up. Ball game. Grizzlies going to the semifinals. Montana will play again here inside Washington-Grizzly Stadium one last time next week as they march to the semifinals for the first time since 2011. It was unconventional, but for the Grizzlies, it was well worth all those nervous moments. They will take on the winner of South Dakota and North Dakota State. Jay, break this down. 4th and 15.
They brought the pressure like they've been doing all day, just trying to win a one-on-one matchup, and that's Tyler Flink forcing the throw early before it could develop. And my man in the stripes says, no, no, no. Ball came out. What a football game.
And Trevin Gradney with the breakup. What a game. Here's Ashley Stroline.
Well, Coach, you are headed back to the FCS semifinals for the first time since 2011. What does that mean for Montana football?
Well, by the skin of our teeth, you know, we kind of like to think that that's where we belong, but Furman almost kept us out of there. So good job by their kids. Their coach set a great plan. They did a nice job against us.
You talked about keeping the season going, to keeping the brotherhood together. I saw you running out here. You threw the headset, got to celebrate with your team. What do moments like this mean?
Well, I love our guys. I love my team. They play hard. Our coaches coach great. Our fans are us. This is our smallest crowd of the year, but they still did a good job. So I'm glad you got to see it. This is a great place.
An atmosphere like no other, and you get to come back here and do it again next week in front of your home fans with whoever you're going to be playing. How excited are you to be back here with your team in this atmosphere?
Well, we'll be plenty excited. We better play better next week or we're not going to win again.
And I have to ask you about Junior Bergen. What a performance by him tonight. What went into that?
Well, that was something. You know, the opening kickoff return for a touchdown was something new, so we surprised them. We gave them a different look, and they didn't handle it. And then, you know, Junior's really good at that stuff, but those guys that are playing out there with him, the other 10, they do a really good job, too, and I'm proud of the whole bunch.
All right, Coach, thanks so much, and enjoy the celebration tonight.
Good having you all here. Go Grizz. See you next week.
Thanks.
Junior Bergen was born to play football. In fact, his grandpa calls him Cletus because he threw a fit when his mom wouldn't let him wear football cleats on the first day of kindergarten. He was born for this moment, Jay.
They would not be advancing without him. He stepped up when they needed him the most to set the tone and then to give them the lead. What an outstanding individual performance by Bergen, but a great team effort by Montana to advance to the next round.
And what a season, what a run by this Furman team. So many seniors, starting 8 of them defensively. They gave the Grizzlies their best shot. Tyler Huff opened some eyes. That young man is tough as nails. And almost was able to pull it off.
And they showed the competition, the competitive nature, and what a football game. And hats off to both teams. Can't say anything enough about each of the guys. And we were just fortunate enough to be able to call a great ball game.
Jay, this is what playoff football is all about. This is what makes the FCS level so special. Grizzlies in front of their home fans. The Zoo crew was loud and representing from the jump. I mean, if Junior is going to return the opening kick for a touchdown, of course they're going to be into it. So what does this all mean? It means a trip to the semifinals for the first time since 2011. Who will it be? We'll find out tomorrow. The other 3 quarterfinal matchups coming up. So the winner of this will play South Dakota or North Dakota State.
Ooh.
North Dakota State, the only team into this quarterfinal round that's not one of the 8 national seeds.
North Dakota State, those same Bison that have been the dynasty of FCS football.
South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, they are the defending champs. They got a tough test against AC Villanova.
Absolutely, from the CAA. So the CAA, 2 teams on that top half of the bracket with Villanova as well. But South Dakota State's been the cream of the crop, but it's going to be an interesting finish to this FCS season to crown a champion.
Hot streak continues for the Grizz. Make it 9 straight wins, with 6 of those wins against the top 25. The number 2 seed fights on into the semifinals. For Jay Walker and Ashley Stroline, I'm Lowell Galindo. Thank you so much for watching FCS quarterfinals on ESPN.